Oh my gosh, hello guys, hello. Thank you, Plock Rock, for the, how many months? 5 months. Thank you for the 5 months, Plock Rock. I don't know if he's to hear this, but I got Goku and Piccolo 69% and 500 stones get wrecked. RJ, thank you for the 21 months. Can we get some hearts in chat for Plock Rock and RJ? I am him. Thank you guys so There we go. I just casually unplugged my microphone trying to move it. It's fine. Everything's fine. No one worry about me. We're doing great. Thank you everyone for the subs. A hype train is close. It is the first of the month. So, if your sub has worn off, please consider resubscribing. Happy I did not do Cup of the Night. 'Tis the first of the month and it is a troll map. It's a maze. Forgot about that. I forgot the first of the month is always kind of a bitch. There you go. You saved your life on that a little bit. If I look really tired, it's because I am. I also think my makeup is like under my eyes a little bit, so, you know, ignore that. Hello, El Patron. Hello, X-Ray. Welcome, everyone. Also, if you have a Twitch Prime and you feel like, you know, sharing some love, feel free to use your Twitch Primes here. Tonight, because it is the first Monday of the month, it is vent time, advice time. Hello, Lifram. We're going to be joined by Lifram and Nate in voice chat. They're going to help us out with some advice. I do it alone a lot, but, you know, it'll be nice to have some other people's opinions as well. Please keep in mind, we are not professionals. We are not trained professionals. I don't think we even have psychology degrees. This is just advice from, it's like basically asking your friends for advice, but, you know, you're asking your streamer for advice. So, open-ended questions, completely anonymous unless you don't want it to be. Some people add their name if they really want to add it, but you don't have to. I'm Vivs. Hello, welcome in. So let me go start a call with Nate and Lifram. So Ghostly Nate. Create a DM. There we go. I started a group chat with us. I will start a phone call. I'm gonna turn music down probably a little bit. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, yeah.
Okay, cool. Bidet again. It won't take too long. Don't worry, Lifram. Come in when you desire. Where is my Discord? Oh? Who's that?
What?
Oh, you gifted us up. Thank you, RJ, for gifting us up. Thanks so much. Let's go.
Speaking
Run.
of which, congratulations to you two.
Oh, thank you.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you. Oh, if anyone hears any strange noises in the background, my dogs are fighting right now. And Jack makes dumb noises when he's fighting. Yeah, I think you just missed the hype train by like 5 seconds. Nate is kind of low. I have my desktop audio turned low. Let me turn it up.
Uh-oh.
Thanks for gifted. Let's go. I say, because I have you turned up all the way, but my volume is just low in general on my desktop right now. This RJ seems like a good fella. You should date him, Carly. I don't know about that. I think I'll just marry him instead. Yeah, vouch. People arrive. Hello, Jonathan. Enjoy and come back. How have you been, Nate?
Been good. Busy as, well, heck with school. Like, crazy busy, but...
Oh yeah, are you in finals right now?
I graduate June 30th, and I'm at the final stretch. Yeah, it's insane. If I fail this class, I have to go back 4 months and repeat 4 months worth of classes.
Ooh.
Yeah. It basically is deciding my fate. Yeah.
Well, are you doing good in it, or are you, like, about to fail it?
Straight A's for the past 5 months, so doing good.
That's good news, then.
Yes. Hello, Vivs. Hello.
That's what I'm here for. Let me know if you want to borrow the summer house. Oh, I don't think this is what I wanted. Oh, yes, it is. Server. Am I allowed to do Discord bubbles just from a call?
I think so, yeah.
Voice widget.
How's it going, El Patron? Hello, long time no see.
Cinnabon, Slodwig. Vips, thank you for the sub! So much love tonight. Thank you guys so much.
Vivs W, thank you, thank you.
It's only letting me pick servers. It's not letting me just pick a call. It's not a big deal, but you know, I wanted to have the Discord bubbles.
Oh, we could always go into... I mean, if there's a private chat or something in your Discord.
I don't have one, but it's fine. It'll be fine
Okay.
without one. It'll be better if we just stay in a separate call.
Yep.
Lefram, would you like us to wait for you, or do you want us to get started? I'm fine with waiting either way. I don't care. Hello, Vex. Welcome in. I had mashed potatoes for dinner tonight, everyone.
Ooh, nice.
But they were, like, instant mashed potatoes. They were the potato flakes. Still good. I just put
Yeah,
a
it's
ton
still
of,
good.
sour cream and cheese on them, as I do with any potatoes I eat, pretty much.
There you go.
Is that a hype train I see? Let's go! Thank you, Vips, for the 100 bits!
With butter and bacon bits on them. Ooh, nice. Who is this?
X-Ray,
Just
thank you
fine.
for the 1 month sub! Thank you for the 4 months total! We got a hype train going now. You'll have a limited time to earn exclusive emotes. You guys have 5 minutes to keep this hype train going. Thank you guys so much for the hype train. Can we get some hearts in chat for everyone who's subbing right now? Who's doing bits? Who's doing all the good stuff? Thank you guys so much for your support. It means a lot. I got a wedding coming up, so thank you. Love me some potatoes? Facts. We appreciate you a lot. Thank you. Hello, Lifrom!
Hello, Lefram.
Hello.
Thank you, Jonathan, for the gifted to Lifrom.
Thank you. Yay.
Thank you so much, guys. We are at a level 2 hype train. Let's go.
Yes. Let's go, let's go.
How you been, Lifrom?
Oh my god. I've been addicted to Valorant, and
Yeah.
yeah. Besides that, honestly, I've been pooping a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Like these last days, it can't stop.
I wish I had that problem. I have the opposite problem.
Oh,
Oh really?
Yeah.
okay.
I literally take... I have a powder laxative I add to my waters. It's not really a laxative. It's just something that's supposed to make your poop softer. So it's basically like more of like a fiber laxative supplement that I add to my water. Then I take gummy supplements of fiber and gummy laxatives, and I still am constipated all the time. So I'm pretty sure I have IBS. So
What is IBS?
irritable bowel syndrome. There's 2 versions of it. You can either have a version that you have diarrhea all the time, or you're constipated all the time. I'm pretty sure I have the second one, that I'm just constipated all the time. So we're starting off the chat with poop talk. Everyone, if you can't poop, please take some Metamucil or some fiber, or have a pumpkin pie. Pumpkin will make you poop. So
This is a fun conversation.
I hope you're having a good
Yeah.
time. Does she say more unhinged shit than me? You can have both types of IBS at the same time? That just sounds like hell.
That sounds terrible. Oh my god.
Leave it to Lifram to say some of the most unhinged shit. There's a cereal you can get at Costco called Ancient Grains Medley. It's so good for constipation. It sounds like something that my grandparents would have to eat, but I probably, you know, should also eat it. Hi, Inari. Hi, dogs. You go lay on the blankets. Hi, buddy. And yes, if you would like to fill out the form, you can do the command advice. It'll pull up the advice form. It is completely anonymous, so we will not know who submitted it. Your dog is so cute. Thank you. We're gonna be such a good mod. Thank you, Vex. There's two of them. I think you only saw Nari. Jack crawled underneath the desk right away.
So, Lifram, I have a question for you,
Yes.
and I need
Yes.
some explanations. Because you did not reach out to me, and neither did Wyatt, and I am very saddened and heartbroken.
Wait, what happened?
I saw a notification from Steam pop up saying Lifram was playing Phasmophobia, but no DMs.
Okay,
no
wait.
messages.
Explain yourself,
Okay,
Lifram.
wait,
Explain.
okay. It's because we were a full stack. Otherwise, I would have invited you because I know you're rich and we've been really poor and dying a lot. So,
Okay.
but yeah, it's because we always play in a full stack mostly. So
I
that's
see.
I got you,
Okay.
bud.
So you're saying you hate me? I see. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
At least now you know.
I don't know if anyone just saw Jack struggle for his life to get on my lap, but
I just saw.
fake. So fake.
Even Sido would ask Nate.
Wow, that's crazy. Like always, Jonathan never takes my side, but you know, I'm just so used to it.
Oh yeah, Jack. Are you gonna help us tonight with advice, Jack?
He
I got
is.
both dogs here with me. Jack is an emotional support animal, so if you are feeling sad tonight in chat and you need advice on something that's a heavy subject, Jack is here to hold your hand. Right, buddy. Jack gives better advice than me, can you confirm? Alright, shall we start off with the first one, friends?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys got level 1 hype train emotes if you were part of the hype train. Thank you all so much. Okay, so this first one, we're starting off, once again, on a little bit of a heavy subject, but sometimes that happens on these nights. So this is trigger warning, disordered eating, and mental health. So I've always been a bigger person. I've learned to be okay with it and try not to let others' words bother me, especially since when I was younger, it led to unhealthy habits and health scares. I went to the doctor on Monday for an unrelated issue, and out of nowhere, the doctor said, "You're heavily obese, and I want you to count your calories. Cut 1,000 out per day, and you'll lose 3 to 4 pounds a week. I hope you lose 100 pounds when I see you in 6 months." It took me aback. My file says not to talk about calories and my weight with me due to a provider realizing I have starved myself for about a year to try and lose weight before. I don't know how to confront this doctor and tell her it really triggered me and has already had effects on me wanting to stop eating, especially in front of others. So I'm going to start with 1. You can report this to the HR of whatever hospital you're at. 2. Your doctor's a bitch. So, I know people that are overweight struggle a lot finding proper health care because everyone always just is like, oh, you just need to lose weight. When oftentimes there's lots of other underlying causes as to why you're having the problems that you're having that are not weight related. But if it's in your chart that this person is not supposed to talk about it, you can file an official complaint with the health board, which you could probably do online. So you don't have to actually talk to your doctor, or this doctor specifically. Because she was not supposed to talk about it. She was not supposed to bring it up. Also, 1,000 calories per day that's not healthy. You should not be cutting 1,000 calories a day. That is half your amount of daily calories. I don't care how much weight they want you to lose, even if you don't have to lose it. Do not cut 1,000 calories a day. I am begging you, don't do that. You will crash and burn. You will get very sick. It is not a good idea. So, live from Nate. If you guys have things you want to add to this, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go.
No, you go.
Okay, fine. So for me, I definitely agree with you on this one, Carly. I definitely agree that it's never good to cut out, especially that many calories.
That's a lot.
A day. It's a lot of calories. 1,000 is not a small number.
If you're dieting, you really shouldn't even cut more than 200.
Yeah. What I would do is, if you're eating a lot of unhealthy foods, like if you're eating fast food nonstop and it's like every single day, then you definitely want to cut back on that, start eating a lot more healthier. I wouldn't cut back on the calories. Your doctor is saying that, but I don't think your doctor is really knowing what they're even talking about. What I would do personally is switch to healthier foods. If you really enjoy chips, try switching or finding a vegetable or something like that, like carrots or something crunchy that can be like a substitute. So when you're feeling snackish, switch to something like that. Um, Exercise is super important also.
Even if it's just walking.
Even if it's just walking, starving yourself is never the way to go, because when
No.
you starve yourself
Your body
and you
shuts
reach
down.
that certain weight, your body's gonna shut down and stuff like that, but it's also your immune system's gonna be wrecked, and also that weight is going to come back so quick the moment you stop, like, and go back to eating normally and stuff. It's going to come back faster than you know it, and if not more, it's going to be worse. So really, if you have the chance, if you're in a safe neighborhood, go for walks. It doesn't have to be a long walk. Just do a short, 10, 15-minute walk every day. I would not, cut back from any kind of fast food or junk food, stuff like that, and focus on eating healthier. I would not cut back on the calories, though. Calories, even heavy lifters, like weightlifters, like these professionals that, lift like 400, 500, 600 pounds just for the fun of it, just like, the gym jockeys. They don't cut back on calories.
Even bodybuilders that are cutting for a show would not cut that much, and they cut a lot. Also, I know I'm out of focus right now, sorry. And I want to answer a quick question in chat. So it says, no offense, but why are we giving someone advice against their personal medical doctor? If it was rude, that's a problem. But they should be addressed with a physician, or they will never know what they offended you in the first place. So yes, you are correct, and that is what I said right away, is that you should report this doctor, because it directly says in their file that their doctor was not supposed to talk to them about this. It says directly in their medical file that this doctor was not supposed to bring up calories or anything of that. Also, people that are overweight or obese or just are bigger in general, they really have to advocate for themselves a lot in healthcare, because a lot of times the only answer that doctors will give them is just to lose weight, even if that's not the issue at hand. So yes, we're going against what their medical doctor said, but it's specifically stated in their file that this was not supposed to be brought up, and they brought it up anyway. So this doctor is already out of line.
Yes.
And if this is eating disorder related and it's just a general practitioner doctor, they should be talking to a psychologist about this before they tell their patient to cut 1,000 calories a day.
A psychologist, nutrition,
a therapist, anything.
Yeah. Yep.
The question that said that her therapist told her not to look at the calories. No. It says, my file says not to talk about calories and my weight with me due to a provider realizing I had starved myself for about a year to try and lose weight. It's in their medical file, not just their therapy or whatever. Hello, Holden. Oh, we're having a grand old time, Holden. So yeah, it is in their medical file. And still, as someone who struggled from an eating disorder for probably about a decade, had different like body image disorders and other mental health disorders, telling someone to cut 1,000 calories a day is completely absurd. Completely. Like I said, I have friends who are bodybuilders who go on stage to like pose and do competitions. They would never even cut that much a day. Never. They would not cut half their diet just to cut for a show. They would cut a lot leading up to it, but they would not just cut 1,000 calories of half of their diet out of nowhere. That's not good for you. You will hurt yourself.
Yeah. I agree. But yeah, definitely, look into, talking to a nutritionist, maybe another physician. You're always able to do that also. And then I would even talk to, like you were saying, whoever's in charge there, HR wise or whoever. Yeah.
Did you want to add anything, Lifram?
Well, I just think, obviously it was rude and stuff. And another thing, I think you guys kind of said it already, but, just to cut the calorie to 1,000 per day, just like that drastically, it's just gonna make you not, because I tried doing it, and when I would do it, I last, 2 days, and then boom, I go back to the same old ways that are unhealthy and bitch in eating and stuff.
Yeah, it's called crash dieting.
Exactly. So you can't, it's like you go from black to white. There needs to be a middle part of it.
Yeah, it's very bad for you to cut to cut 1,000 calories, which is, I mean, if you're recommended to have 2,000 a day, that, like I said, that's literally half your diet.
Yeah.
That's not good. That's starvation.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you'll probably get really sick. Like, you'll
Yeah,
probably hurt yourself.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know if like there's times where it's not necessarily you know, there's also genetics in it. So
Yep.
there's no.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
And that's kind of like what I said earlier, is a lot of times with overweight people, they really have to advocate for themselves in the healthcare field because every doctor just chalks it up to their weight. Like, I've heard so many
Exactly.
stories from different people that are like, oh, my doctor wouldn't give me help until I lost weight, and then even when I lost weight, they still wouldn't help me and said it was all in my head. And only for them to find out later they had like a very critical condition that was being ignored because everyone just thought it was their weight. Anyway,
Okay.
do we
Next
wish to
question, I
move on
think.
to the next one? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I, 24 male, have been stood up for date nights 3 times in a row by 3 different girls. Usually have great chemistry over text, get excited to meet each other, and then, hours before our date, they cancel on me. I have offered to meet in public and somewhere low stakes first before going on our real date. I have offered rescheduling to a different date time, and I have offered meeting them somewhere that they decide. Is there something else I can do? Being stood up the first time hurt, but 3 times in a row feels like it can't be a coincidence. So, unless there is something else going on here that's like giving them a red flag or something of the sort, or there's just something else you're not fully telling us, I honestly do think this is just bad luck, bad coincidence. If they're all 3 separate people, or if something's going on around about you. I know there's Facebook groups that are like, are we dating the same guy kind of thing, where people will talk about if someone was their ex, if someone is going around dating a bunch of people, if someone is showing a lot of red flags. Those are Facebook groups that I know my friends are in to make sure they're not dating anyone that's like gonna hurt them kind of thing. Like if they have a past history of like any kind of abuse or anything like that. And I'm not saying you do, but a lot of times these groups are also just very drama filled and being like, my ex-boyfriend did this, and it's something that's stupid. Don't know if you have bad past history with an ex who might be spreading rumors about you, but otherwise, if there's no extra details to this, I feel like, honestly, I'm sorry it sucks, but it's probably just bad luck. Unless
Yeah.
we want to hear from someone else. Left from Renee.
Yeah. As a guy myself,
Yeah.
I've been through a situation like this before. To where I've gotten stood up, everything was going great, everything was awesome, it was like we're talking back and forth, hanging out and stuff, and then, day comes and it's like, bam, all of a sudden canceled, and, it's like I never see that person ever again. I just get ghosted. So, it's really coming down to I don't want to say unluckiness. That's what it kind of is. It is unluckiness in a way. And it's super rough to go through a situation like that. No matter who you are, it's always rough for something like that to happen because, you genuinely saying you have great chemistry over text with the person. You're excited to meet them. And then, all of a sudden it's like, bam, they cancel on you. My suggestion is if you have, and I'm assuming you have, text them afterwards. Like, hey, why didn't you show up or something like that? If they don't respond, then you know what, man, you gotta move on. You gotta move on. It's never good to stay focused on one person and really keep your head focused on that person when
They've ghosted you.
Basically, when they've ghosted you, they've canceled on you, they've totally, just wanted to get out of the picture. And it's sad too, because it sounds like, you're being genuine towards them, you really have feelings towards them, but, they're not showing it in the same way. Now, that could be a commitment issue on their end.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it could be that, they're feeling that you're looking for something and they're just looking for a fling or something like that. And they don't want that, while you want something that's really genuine and really legitimate. You want a full-on, legit relationship, not just something, that's just going to be a one-night thing. So, really, man, love is going to hit you like a brick wall. It
Mhm.
really is. You're gonna find that one person. You're not even going to expect it. It's just gonna hit you out of nowhere, completely. You're going to feel like, it's like you didn't even know it was coming at all. It's just gonna hit you, and you're gonna feel like it's the person there for you. And yeah, me, Jonathan. Yeah, searching like hello.
Speaking as
um,
someone who recently got engaged, you'll hear a lot of people that are like, "Oh, you just knew they were the one." And for some people that's true, for some people it's not. I will
yes.
say my very first date I ever had with RJ, I very definitively remember staring at him. We went bowling, and it was his turn to go up and bowl. And I remember watching him bowl and definitively thinking in my head, this will be my last first date ever, and I'm going to marry this man. And now I'm engaged. So
Oh,
sometimes that really does happen. You just like, you meet them and the vibes are on, everything's great. They're a nice person, like they check all the boxes. That happens. So, but also at the same time,
one.
you can be completely out of nowhere. It could be someone, it can be like an enemies to lovers situation. You fucking hate each
Yeah.
other and then
Yeah.
you fall in love. I don't know.
Or like childhood friends or something. Like sometimes it
Mhm.
just develops over experience and you know that you have with them.
Yeah.
That
I
sounds
mean,
hot.
it's just unluckiness. Don't give up. Whoever put that, just don't give up. Or anyone in chat, if you're feeling similar, don't give up. You're gonna find someone. You're gonna be having that happily ever after feeling in your life. Eventually, and it's good things will come. Good things will come. Don't let
Mhm.
3 events like that. Three different girls standing you up and canceling on you while you try to give them the world. Don't let them be the ones that reduce your hope to crumbles completely and just destroy your, emotionally. Don't let that get to you. The
Mhm.
best thing to do is just move on, keep going on the prowl, keep going on the hunt. I know that sounds really weird, terrible, but you know, just don't give up. That's
Also,
the best thing you can
if
do.
Oh,
you're like, sorry, Lefram.
no,
Um,
it's okay.
if you're like, oh, I'm such and such an age and I haven't met this person yet, keep in mind, people, a lot of our, I would say my generation's parents got married really young because they were like, oh, I have to marry someone and I love this person. And then they got divorced and married someone they actually liked later. My aunt got remarried in her like 40s. And she's so much happier now than she ever was before. So if you're like, oh, I'm this age and I haven't met that person yet, I promise you're probably going to have a lot better time waiting till you actually meet that person, whether it's in your 30s, 40s, 50s. I know that might seem like a really long way off for some people. It'll be worth the wait. I feel like I would rather wait. Like, if I were in a situation, I would rather wait till I was older if it meant that I would get married and then end up divorcing and hating someone just to remarry someone else later. I'd rather just wait till I met that other person later.
Yeah.
And let from go ahead with whatever you wanted to say.
Okay, well, I just want to add as well, when Nate was like, oh yeah, just, keep on the hunt. Well, you can do that too. But also, I think, like, you don't need, I don't know. It's like, when I was younger, I take a lot of my experience,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, I talk about a lot of my experience because that's how, I learn from them. And when I was younger, I was so desperate to have a boyfriend. I was just like, oh my god, I need a boyfriend. Everyone around me have a boyfriend, blah, blah, blah. And it never happened. I just found, like my ex and then Zilch. I found them when I wasn't searching for. And sometimes you just need to focus on yourself. And then when you least expect it, that's when it happens. It can be at 20, 40, 90, I don't know. But anyways, you don't have to have someone, you can just have yourself and that'll be okay as well.
I'm trying to point at chat as it's coming up without interrupting anyone.
I love
Zooch
what
to
Block
Pooch,
Rock
thank you for
says.
the follow. I know all this shit that Block Rock said.
Yeah.
And then Iceman Prime, too, there. I'm 38 and only had one girlfriend. Never married, engaged. I'm the happiest I've been in a while, but know that one woman is out there. There you go. And once again, thank you for the follow,
Yeah.
Zooch da Pooch. Alright. If you would like to submit something to the advice time form, you could do the command advice. It'll pull up the link to the form. it is completely anonymous, and feel free to submit something, whether it's something serious or not serious. If you want to ask me about my dogs, because they're both right here, whatever you want to do. It can be about anything. All right. Oh, the dingo's about to lay it. He's like fighting so hard to stay awake right now. He does this all the time. You guys can see he's like half asleep. You can lay down,
yeah,
buddy.
my dog falls asleep in my lap too. She'll like jump on it and just.
But he's
lay
like
down.
trying to stay sitting up,
Yeah.
but his head is like all the way down. He'll lay down at some point. Okay, let us do this next one. I think I may have low self-confidence, but like at the same time not. I am told by many people that I do, and I'm sure that I could point to many reasons why I come across as not confident in myself and where it stems from, that being lack of validation and praise a lot of my life from family and even friends. This could also be from the groups of people I would hang out with during middle school, where I would get jokingly insulted, and it became the norm for the group to a very, very high extent. Also, I tell people I love and care about them despite what I say, or it could just be from what I like, getting shit on and called loser and shit, and even me being like, yeah, I'm a loser, a mega lol. Honestly, I could go on about where it comes from, but truly I don't know. Hell, I don't even know if I actually have low self-confidence, but I want to talk about it because it's been bothering me a little bit recently. Thanks for reviewing my essay. Now I demand an A. Vex to see. I'll give you an A, Vex, because one, this shows me, this whole essay that you wrote, already shows me that you have a high amount of emotional intelligence, that you can point back to like, oh, maybe it's because of this bullying I received in middle school. Maybe it's because I didn't receive validation from my parents. Maybe it's because of this, that, or the other. Maybe it's from my own self-deprecation, even if I was joking. The fact that you have the ability to like point this out and recognize it is already a very impressive thing for someone at your age, knowing the age you are. It's a very high understanding of emotional intelligence. I would say also that if you can't tell if you're confident or not at this age, I think that's very normal, because most people, when they are in this high school setting, as you're starting to get older, you're in your 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, even up to 25, that whole like decade is when you're actually figuring out who you are. Because when I went to college, a lot of middle school and high school, I watched anime. And then end of high school, I started to stop watching anime. And then I completely stopped in college because I was like, I need to be cool. I want to talk to these cool people. And it wasn't that like I thought anime was lame. I just started doing things that I thought would make people like me more. And then as I left college, I was like, I don't give a shit about that anymore. I'm going to watch some fucking anime. And I started doing a lot of things that I enjoyed again as a child, but stopped doing as I grew up. So I think it's very normal for you to not entirely know where you stand or how you feel, because this is an age where you're really figuring a lot of shit out. But also, if you really want to talk to someone about this, I would almost even try to talk to a counselor of sorts. If you have a counselor at school that you want to talk to, I don't know how good your counselors at school are. I'll admit, our high school counselor was a piece of shit. She was very awful. So if your counselors suck, I understand. But there is a lot of, especially for students, you can probably find resources to get free therapy or free counseling. You don't have to go to a therapist just because something's wrong. A lot of people have that misconception that you can only go to a therapist when something's wrong, or when you're sad, when you have this, that, or the other. You can go to a therapist to literally talk about these things that you just talked about. It's like, I don't know how I feel, but I feel like it stems from these different things in my past. Can you help me unravel that and figure that out? Does it stem from this? Does it stem from something else? Those kind of things. But yeah, since you are a student, there are a lot of things that you can do to get free therapy. My therapy that I had in college was completely free. Not a cent was paid. And then I got a puppy. Unfortunately, I had to pay for the puppy. But my medication, what I was told to do was go get a dog. Because I told her, I was like, I want to bring my cat home to college. And she said, no, you should get a dog instead. And I was like, bet. So I got a dog. And that was my medication for my anxiety. It's because I had panic attacks whenever I was alone. And now I'm never alone, because as you can see, he's a clingy butthole, but that's kind of his point. That's kind of the whole purpose behind him, so.
So, just to add in here, because yes, I agree, having a dog is like a complete W when it comes to helping, you know, yourself with stuff like that. So but my thing is don't let something that happened in, yes, you know, I went through a similar situation with someone like this recently, to where they were talking to me about this kind of thing, and I'm going to tell you the same thing I told them, and that is that, you know, back in middle school, you know, people were immature, right? They didn't know the standards, they didn't know you know, the personal feelings, stuff like that, because everyone's just kids, right? No, you know, they don't understand stuff like that. So really, you know, and then you get into high school, right? And it's the same thing. It's like, you know, everyone's still in that mentality. You know, the human brain doesn't mature till it's like in its 20s anyways. So everyone's going through stuff, teenagers, right? Once you get to college, really things really chill out and stuff. That's when things really chill out. But anyways, what you want to do, man, is if you are feeling like you have low self-confidence ever, surround yourself with friends that are really positive and supportive of you. That's what you want most. If there are friends of yours that aren't very supportive of you, then I'm not saying cancel them out, but focus on the ones more that are very supportive of you. So that way your confidence gets self-boosted, gets boosted more, and, you know, you're around more positive and supportive people. Another thing is that you could do is, you know, recognize what you're good at as well. Is, you know, if you're good at something, give yourself pats on the back, give yourself self-support. You'd be like, hey, awesome, I did this, you know, awesome. You know, I was able to write this 500-word essay in a matter of 10 minutes. You know, again, that's God tier. So, you know, but yeah, do something positive for yourself. Do something very positive that brings you happiness and joy. Focus on what makes you happy. Now, support animals are amazing. You know, whether it be dogs, cats, it could be anything. If you have a pet, if you have something like that, and you care about them a lot, they're going to help you out too. They're always going to be there for you, always. They may not be able to talk back to you, but, you know, you can always talk to, you know, your pet about anything, and that helps amazingly. And that's just coming from my own personal experience. Like, I'll talk to my dog all the time. Yeah, she probably is so annoyed by me at this point, but but yeah, that's what I would really do. That's kind of like my suggestion is focus, you know, don't let people in your past, you know, dictate your feelings and dictate your confidence. Let yourself figure out like what you feel like you want to do. You know, realize what you're good at, realize what you want to work on, follow your dreams, realize what your dreams are, and just keep on going with that sort of stuff. Just be around people that are very positive of you and or supportive of you and very positive around you, and you know, eventually your confidence will increase. It's not easy. It won't be overnight. As much as I hate to say it, I wish it was overnight because that'd be so much easier. But it takes time. It takes time, but you'll definitely get there, man. Vex, you know, I know you, brother, and you have a lot of excellent people by your side, a lot of supportive friends. So, you know, you're good, man. You're good. Yeah.
Lefrem, did you wish to add
Awesome.
anything? So positive.
Hey, my dyslexia, okay? Chill.
Well, just like Nate said, you know, just, it may seem really dumb, but just that you get out of bed, you know, you brush your teeth and stuff, you should also, like, it's little things, but, you know, some people can't even do that, and there's some days that you won't be able to, but the days that you do, you should also, you know, clap in your hands and say, wow, I'm proud of myself, because it takes a lot just to, you know, get out of bed, do your daily things, go to school, because school sucks, and, you know, stream, because I know, you know, like, you stream a lot, and, like, look at the truth. He streams, like, every 2 months. But he does daily videos, like, he does, like, freaking 4 videos a day, and look how big he's going. So I know, like, if you just continue being yourself, and it will take a lot time, but, you know, it's like, I feel like it will take your whole life to have so much confidence in yourself and love yourself and stuff, and it's just like the experience of life, I guess. I don't know. I don't even. Maybe I'm saying random stuff. My bad.
You're not saying dumb stuff.
No, you're good.
I apologize if anyone just heard RJ in the background. Yeah, you can hear him. I believe Lifram pinned it, but you should look at the pinned chat right now. There's 2 Instagram accounts that I follow that are just like, I read them and I'm just like, yes. So it's the Holistic Psychologist, and then they have a new account that's called Self Healer Circle. Follow those accounts. They'll do like role-playing TikToks of like daughter and mother, and it's like, oh, because the mom treats the daughter this way, this daughter has learned to live her life this way, and this is how it's going to affect her negatively over her life. And so if you act like this, you probably had a parent that was like this, kind of thing. It's so, like, the stuff she posts is so incredibly informative on both accounts. The self-healers one is a lot of the role-playing back and forth of them like being like, if this is how you treat your kids, or if this is how you were treated as a child, this is how you grew up, and this is how you probably act now, kind of thing. And other things just about like emotional maturity and stuff like that. You should really follow these Instagram accounts. Usually I don't shout out accounts and stuff like this, like, you guys need to follow this guy. But you should really, like, I share this account with all my friends all the time, especially if they're telling me like specific troubles and stuff, because they will hit your heartstrings and you're just like, oh, I've been shot. Oh, she hit me right in the chest. It's like, yeah, that's it. But in a good way. Like, she hits those things that you don't want to talk about or think about or admit. She's very good at what she does. So anyway, anything anyone else has to say?
I'm just gonna say this, Vex, just keep being the awesome person that you are, man. You know, no matter what, because there's going to be, you know, I tell myself the same thing. There's going to be a little demon inside your mind that tells you, you know, negative shit and stuff like that. You know, one tells me all that stuff all the time. It's like, you know, Nate, you're not that good at this. Don't do it anymore. But then there's that side of me that's like, and that side of you, Vex, as well. I know that you have a troll inside of you that you can, you know, use to your advantage, and you know, use that troll inside of you to totally troll the demon that's in your mind, bro, and get it to stop telling you those negative things. And, you know, man, just keep being the awesome person that you are. You're an awesome streamer, awesome guy. Just keep on being the person that you are, man. That's what matters most. That's what matters the most, is just keep on doing that. And you have so much support in your life too. So see that troll every day.
That's it. It tells me to make fun of Sean. Make it stop, dear God. Okay. Ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Okay. And once again, if anyone wants to submit anything, you can do the exclamation point advice, and it'll pull up the link. All right. I'm going through the domestic partnership equivalents of a divorce. It's been emotional, mental chaos, but after almost a month, I'm finally about to move out. I've had to leave my dog, so I'll only ever be able to visit her. It'll be my first time living alone, and I'm worried about my own mental health, my dog missing me, whether or not I'll be able to live alone successfully, and generally not knowing what to do with life right now. It's hard to know what to even do next, and hating my draining job only seems to make me feel worse. Any advice for how to move forward or learn to find reasons to look forward to new days would be appreciated.
Can I take the reins on this one?
Go right ahead.
Quick?
Yeah.
Because I was literally just, it relates to me so much right now. Well, not the domestic partnership equivalent of a divorce part, but living on your own and worried about mental health, the dog missing, that sort of stuff. So I just recently purchased my own home, and when I moved in, I was nervous that I was going to, I was stressed, I was scared, I was terrified that I was going to fuck up somehow. I was going to either miss something, lose the house, that sort of thing. I was scared, I was terrified, not gonna lie. But I realized that it wasn't that bad, and I had to leave my dog behind also, sadly. I really did. I just got to see her recently, but I miss her dearly. She's an awesome dog, so I can completely relate to how this person is feeling. You will be able to live successfully, I'm sure. It's scary at first. Do not get me wrong. It's scary. It's not easy to think about, but once you do it, once you're settled in, once you're really figured everything out and what you want to do, it's going to be so much easier. Now, having a draining job, I know does not make things easy. That's for sure. It does not make things easy whatsoever. My suggestion, if you have a draining job that only seems to make you feel worse, this is the only suggestion that I can make. While you're still working with that job, I would look for maybe another job that's, similar in that field. If you like that field, great. Focus on that field. But if you don't like that field, maybe expand your horizons and go with a different one also. Try to search for a different one. Because the last thing you want is to be in a work environment that is draining, or you just feel like you're not good enough in it, or it's not good whatsoever. So that's my advice on that part of it. But as for the home part and your dog missing you, dogs are always going to miss you. But the best part is that your dog will always remember you. The moment you go back to see your dog, they'll remember you, and it's like the best feeling ever.
And they're gonna be so excited to see you.
Yes, crazy excited to see you. So really, and if it's not easy. It's really, really not. But after a couple of days, when you're in your own place and you're realizing, you know what, it's just me. It's me, my freedom, my peace. I can have whatever kind of peace that I want. I can have whatever kind of freedom I want. That is a real good feeling, because it's like you're under your own roof. You have your own rules and stuff that you can live by, and it makes it so much easier instead of having to follow someone else's rules. And it's like it's really a great feeling, and that will probably help with your worrying about your own mental health as well, because it could be midnight at night, and if you're starting to feel a little sad or depressed, you can go and meditate. You can do whatever you want, watch TV or whatever helps you clear your mind and really feel at peace. So that's the advice that I could go with. But the job part, I would definitely explore your horizons more. I'm not saying quit your job right now and then be jobless and then while searching for it. Keep your job, keep doing what you're doing, but also at the same time, if it's really draining you and it's not feeling good whatsoever, I would explore different areas as well, or explore different opportunities in that same field that are out there if you really like that field, because there's always going to be another opportunity out there. And never hurts to explore your horizons and expand them too. So that's the advice that I give on that one.
I would agree with a lot of what Nate said just now. All of that is very valid. All I would add is that if you are sad the next few days, weeks, even months, and you feel the need to cry, well, no one's gonna see you cry now, so go ahead and cry on your couch. Like, genuinely. I've said it before, I think, on some other advice time streams, but when you cry, it's simply your body's way of saying, I feel too much of this emotion right now that I cannot contain it, because emotions are oftentimes from a hormone or a hormonal response to something, whether it's happiness, joy, anger, sadness. It is simply that there's too much of that in your body and it needs to let it out. And so when you cry, that's your body's way of releasing this excess amount of emotion that it cannot physically contain anymore. That's why we cry when we're happy or we're really sad or anything like that. No matter the emotion, that's why you cry. And for some people, they can handle it better and not cry as much. For other people, they cry really easily. I'm an easy crier. I was watching Fruits Basket tonight. I almost cried. The only reason I try not to cry is because RJ makes fun of me when I do. But it's okay to cry if you are sad the next few days. It's okay to sit with those emotions and feel them and recognize, I'm going through a big breakup, essentially, a divorce. I'm losing my dog. I think a lot of it is cute. Thanks, RJ. All of these huge life situations that, had it only happened as one of them, would be enough to be something that you'd have to work through. But having it all happen at once, though, saying when it rains, it pours. If you need to sit down and cry, it's okay to cry. But it'll get better. It'll get better.
Yeah.
RJ, can you come on stream, please?
Yeah.
And also, just take one day at a time. I know it's really hard to say, but if you just take one day at a time and relax, like just living by yourself gives you a lot more confidence, because then you learn that, oh, if I want to do this, I have to do that kind of things, or if I want to do the other thing, then another kind of things, and it gives you more confidence and makes you so much more mature. And well, I repeat it all the time, but it just gives you experience and you learn from it and stuff.
I would say also a thing that I like to think about whenever. Hi, RJ. He's creeping in the fucking back doorway like a weirdo. Hi. He didn't even come in. Whenever you're feeling, I should say, really like lonesome, or you feel like everything is dumb, like, oh, I have to do the fucking dishes again. Oh god, that's creepy. I'm laughing at chat. Live your life like it's a Studio Ghibli movie. It's just like a weird meme that I've seen, and it's just like, basically is just like, enjoy the little everyday things. It's just live like you're in a Studio Ghibli movie, enjoying doing dishes and folding laundry and taking your commute to work kind of thing. RJ's very lightly creeping over here now. Or is that my dress? I can't even tell anymore. Anyway. I apologize for RJ terrifying chat. Hello, love, here for the lurkies. Thank you, Fluloops, for the lurk. So
Hello,
much.
Flute. Hello.
I hope you're having
Looking forward to our thing on Wednesday.
Oh, you're doing a collab?
Yes.
Fuck yeah, what are you doing?
We are playing Devour.
Nice.
I will throw for the views.
I'm surprised you're not doing Phasmo.
Good question.
Live, laugh, kamehameha.
Yes, here knows what's up. Yeah. But next question.
Next
What's
one.
the secret to good skincare?
Yeah,
Obviously, I am the perfect person to ask that. Just pick up your phone, go to the Google Play Store or the Apple Store, either or, whatever device you have. Go into search and search up the legendary game. It's the best game of all time. It is on mobile devices all over the world. You just type in Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle and you download that. Hit the play button on that game and you will have god tier skin right there.
Yes. I think you made a mistake. I think you meant Legends, right?
Ew, Legends? No. Yeah, no. If you want wrinkles and all that sort of stuff, go with Legends. Yeah, you don't want that. You want that. If you want to have clear skin as though you are blessed by the gods, go with Dokkan.
Hashtag not sponsored. League, RJ says. Okay. So this is a very open-ended question, and what sucks about it is there's no definitive answer. I will say what has helped me. And as you can see, I do not have perfect skin. The light is really bright right now, but I broke out recently. I have a pimple here, and I have a bunch of makeup on my forehead and everything. My T-zone always sucks. Your T-zone is this. I broke out recently because I got my period. But also, I have a hormone disorder, and it makes my skin really shitty sometimes, and it often coincides with my period as well. So for me, what helped my skincare a lot, it looks like we're deciding a game of League and chat right now. What helped my skin a lot was balancing my hormones, which can be a very, very difficult thing to do. I'm on a, what is it? Like a double hormonal birth control. Because my hormones hate me. So that helped me a lot. Otherwise, the two things that I think are like a holy grail and that work pretty well for anyone's skin is benzoyl peroxide and salicylic acid. Salicylic acid works to help clean out your pores and get rid of oil and dirt and grease, and benzoyl peroxide kind of helps keep it clean and keep it smooth. It can also help with scarring. Both of them might lighten your skin or your clothes. They can bleach some of your clothes a little bit. I think that's more of my retinol that did that though. Retinol is an anti-aging thing, but then make sure to moisturize really well after you use both benzoyl peroxide and salicylic acid, because they will dry the fuck out of your skin. Love my retinol. I love mine too. I just don't use it as often anymore, and I can't use it on my eyebrows because they're microbladed, and it'll make the microblading tattoo fade. And it did bleach my sheets.
It's can't be happening again.
Kaylin, thank you for the sub. Thank you for the 16 months. Can we get some hearts in chat for Kaylin?
Let's go.
Lifram, do you have anything you'd like to add for skincare?
Yes. Yes.
Go off.
Okay, so first of all, I think another thing is you should probably know your face.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean by that is like if it's oh no, I don't know how to say it in English. Wait, if it's dry or greasy or like normal, so then you can use the correct products. Also, there's some pharmacies that have an actual person, and then they can help you with that as well, that are professional and stuff. And I'm gonna sound very well, also a good at diet.
Mm-hmm.
It actually helps a lot. Walking and stuff. And I'm gonna sound hypocrite, but drink water. It helps a lot.
Water.
Sorry.
Drinking water does help, yes. Water is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Your body's like 80% water, isn't it? Something like
Yeah.
that.
70 something, yeah.
70 something. So it makes sense that, water's good for you because you're basically just a giant blob of water that's got a skin sac around it and electric meat inside it.
We're just
Yeah.
a water balloon. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You gotta drink it out of the tap, it adds more flavor.
Ew.
Oh, no.
To be
No.
fair,
Disgusting.
I do drink tap water, but our water's not bad here.
Well,
You
I
don't
do too.
drink it out of
'cause-
the tap. You drink it out of the water hose in your garden outside.
Oh yeah.
I think that would actually kill
let's
me.
go to the lake, honestly.
Like, I used to drink out of the hose as a kid, for real, but our hose is so old on our house, I think I would just die from the shit that's in our hose, not the water. I
Yeah,
also...
as a kid, like 90s, it was just like if you were playing outside, you played outside until the lights on the street came on, and then when the lights on the street came on,
You go
you went
inside.
back inside, and that was it. But
Literally.
if you were outside playing and you were thirsty, you go to the water hose. That's all you do.
And if
Yeah.
you're with your friends, they just blast you in
Yep.
the face with it.
Yep.
Also, if you're someone that hates drinking water, I hate drinking normal water. I hate drinking room temperature water. It has to be ice cold. I have 3 ice cube trays now that I keep in my freezer so I can always have ice cubes. And then I have a bunch of Mio, which is just water flavoring stuff. So this is a
Yeah.
peach flavored water that I have in here. And I'm so much more likely to drink it if I have ice cold flavored water. Obviously, there's no ice cubes in it right now. They melted, but it's still a little cold. But it helps me a lot. So if you hate water, try water flavoring and ice cubes. Peaches, get out of here. Get out of here, X-Ray. If you want to have more questions about skincare, you can submit more than once. This is a very open-ended question, but if you want to get more detailed, we could try to help you. We're not dermatologists. We also have no idea who you are, nor can we see your face. So it might also depend. Do you have, blackheads? Do you have cystic acne? Do you get more pimples? Kind of stuff like that. But yeah, anyone that wants to fill out the form, you can do advice in chat like Jonathan did, and then the form is right there. All right, guys. The next question's a big one. Who wants to read it?
No, we are not. Oh, dog?
Dog.
Yeah, the dog one? Yeah. I thought you were talking about the third one.
Nope.
But,
No.
Okay.
The one that is currently
Uh,
highlighted. Dog?
Yeah, dog. Yeah.
Dog.
I don't know. Do you want me to just talk like what? What are they asking?
I don't
Just
know.
dog?
It was probably just someone that submitted it and put dog.
Dog.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
dogs are amazing.
You want to sit
They're
up,
the
buddy?
best.
You want to say hi to everyone? Here we
I
go.
am not a cat person whatsoever. I love
I'm
dogs.
a cat person.
I'm a cat and a dog person. I grew up with cats.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, buddy. Or your big yawn. Were you napping? Yeah, were
Big
you
yawn.
napping?
Yeah. There we
Yeah,
go. Oh, look at
buddy.
the eyes.
You sleepy?
He's so happy.
Yeah.
He's so happy.
Can you get some scratches? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that face. Oh, yeah, the scratches. And another big yawn. Oh, yeah, it's just so smiley. Okay. We can do the
Alright.
next one now.
is overthinking about possibilities about pretty much any situation a bad thing? I feel like I do it too much when it comes to many situations. I'll let you guys go first. Actually, Lifram, I want to hear from. Can we hear from Lifram first?
Go
It's
for it,
usually like you
Lifram.
and me
Oh my
first.
god.
So. Spotlight's on you. Let's go.
Let's go, Lifram.
Oh my god, I really do the same thing. Well,
She's just like mood, bro. Same LOL.
well, as, yeah, so I think it's normal sometimes. And, well, no. Well, yeah, it is normal. But, you know, I think the only thing that I, can help you with is that it's normal, and if it ever happens to you, and like you think the worst could happen, then why don't you also think what the best alternative could happen as well? But honestly, I'm a huge overthinker, so I don't know if I can be much help with that.
I will say, depending on the severity of it, this sounds like it might be like anxiety. So it might depend a little bit. Again, I don't know how anxious you feel, how much you overthink, what it's like for you. If it's like something that's like every single day with every single thing that you do, that might be an anxiety disorder. Because that's what it was like for me, and I got diagnosed with anxiety and PTSD and depression. So just because that's what it was like for me does not mean that's what it's like for you. Everyone has things that are different on mental health, how they feel about them, how it makes them feel, stuff like that. But if you're constantly overthinking and always thinking the worst is yet to come or the worst is going to happen, you're always worried that something bad is going to happen, that feeling of doom and gloom, persistence, no matter what happens all the time, always expecting the worst thing to happen, is one of the ways that I believe that they diagnose anxiety disorders in people. So I don't think it's a bad thing to overthink certain situations or think about certain things, because a lot of times when you're thinking a lot about a situation, it's because you care about the situation a lot. Like the way it was described to me was, I used to get really bad stage fright, even though I was a theater major and did music and I was a performer. I would always get the worst amount of stage fright. And my directors always told me, I would rather you feel scared than not, because seeing that you are scared tells me that you care about how this goes. If you were nonchalant about it and I knew you were not prepared to be on stage, I would have just assumed that you do not care about this performance right now. So I think having some anxiety or just overthinking certain things isn't a bad thing, but if it's all the time, it might be worth it to talk to someone about it. Again, I don't know the severity of the situation. I don't know if there's only certain things you overthink, if it's like just relationships, or if it's just driving, or if it's just, any one specific thing, then I would say, maybe you just have a fear of that one thing or something else. But if it's all the time, you might want to talk to someone about it.
I completely agree. Talking to someone about it is huge. Yes, Jack is cute. You are correct, Lifram. Talking to someone about it is huge. If you're in a relationship and you're overthinking about, not overthinking, but if you're just continuously thinking about something that's going on in it and you're so worried it's bringing you some sort of stress, some sort of anxiety, it's not making you feel good, talk to the person you're in a relationship with about it. Like if you're, if it's just some like financial wise, it's like, hey, you've been spending too much money on Dragonstones and Dokkan. It's like, talk to them about it. And it's like, it's got you worried, instead of bottling it up and keeping it all bottled up, talk to them about it, because communication is key when it comes to stuff like that. If it's a friendship thing, talk to your friend about it, but if it's something very personal, if it's a very personal thing that, yeah, they hear, maybe, yeah. If it's a very personal thing, like it's something that's either going between you and your family, or it's just something that's going on in your life and you're just thinking about it a lot, talk to either someone you really trust, like a very good friend that you've known for a while that you talk to continuously and you really trust them. See, like, hey, I need some advice. Can I talk to you really quick? Serious talk. I have a lot of stuff on my mind. I need to, talk to someone about it. Do that. Reach out to a friend. Reach out to a family member that you trust. If it's something crazy personal and you just want to be very private, if you're able to talk to a therapist, go to one as well. They're there to listen to you and to help you as well and give excellent grade A advice. And that's what I would do. Bottling stuff up is never good to do. It's never good to do because it's going to lead to worse thoughts. It's going to lead to infinite possibilities going through your mind of like, what if this happens? What if this? What if I do this? Then this could occur. It's like that. Also try and think of positive things as well. It's like at the same time, if something is on your mind, look and see if there's a positive side to it, a positive outcome to it, as well. It's kind of confusing for me to really say how you can do that. It's really something you would have to figure out. But if it's like, it's like you were in pain for one thing, it's like, okay, now the positive note is that I learned from that. And now it's like, I know not to do that anymore. So it's really talking about it and getting things off your chest is really what you want to do. You never want to have anything bottled up and kept inside. Like really, it is not good to do that because it's just going to make you feel worse, put a lot more stress and anxiety onto yourself. And you definitely want to talk to someone about it, whether it be a friend or a family member, whoever, or a therapist, whoever. There's always going to be someone out there that is willing to listen to you, put aside what they're doing, stop what they're doing, and open up their ears and listen to you. There's always going to be someone out there.
Even if it's just us answering anonymous submissions.
Yes.
Oh, really? Is it here?
Joey the dingo, let's go.
Just jumped off me. Jack, buddy, come back. He's like, okay, I'll come back. He got stopped by Inari. Inari's right here. She's by my feet under the desk. Want to come back up? Yep, you struggle your way up, you big chunky boy. Good boy. Alright, Jack has returned. Alright. Do we have anything else to say about this overthinking
Yes.
one? Go ahead.
Yes. Well, one thing that actually helps, I sometimes I get really bad anxiety, and I either draw mandala. I don't know if that's how it's called.
Yes! I love mandalas.
Yeah. So that, or like play the piano, or play a game. Doing stuff that relax me. And another thing is, if it's overthinking from like, I don't know, friendship or relationship, like, oh, is this person still my friend and stuff, then yes, you can talk about it to other people, but also talking about it to the actual person can also like make them reassure you, and then you have like your head clear and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lefram.
You're welcome.
Alright, do we want to do number 9?
No. No.
We're
No,
gonna pass
I
that
read
one.
through
Yeah, I
all
read
of
it too.
Number 9. No.
I was like, I'm pretty sure this is a copy pasta.
Yes. How do you heal from a traumatizing experience? So, oh good lord.
I say, do you want me to start off with it, or do you want to go?
You can start off with that, please.
Yeah. So this one is again a very open-ended one. We don't know what the trauma is. We don't know what happened. But I would say really go to therapy. I know we've said that a lot this stream. But if you've experienced something that is super traumatizing that you're even too afraid to share it now, or if you just want something in general, it's probably if it's hurt you this much that it seems like you're afraid to add details to this, you probably need to talk to a professional. I have personally gone through some very traumatizing things of a variety of different things, and for a very long time I was like, I'm a strong independent woman, I can handle this by myself, which 1, I am. 2, I had a friend text me, and I still have this text saved in my phone. It's a screenshot from like one of my old fucking iPhones. Like the resolution is shit. It's so old. It's like 5 or 6 year old text message at this time, but I still have it saved in my photos. And it says, I know you like to be strong, but it's also okay not to be strong. And that is when I started going to therapy. And I probably should have gone to therapy 10 years prior to when I did it, I should have been in therapy probably all through high school. There's a lot of things that I didn't talk about that I should have talked about to someone. And I really had to like break. I had to like literally break as a person before I finally was like, I need to go to therapy, because I had lied to myself for so long. I was like, I can do all these things to make myself happy. I don't need someone to fix me. But also, I didn't need fixing. I think that's also a very important thing to understand too, is if you've experienced something traumatizing, you are not broken. You do not need to be fixed. Someone hurt you and that is not your fault. But now, someone or something, I should say. But now it is your responsibility to take the time to rebuild yourself. And when I went to therapy, I truly had to like rebuild myself over from scratch, like start over, which can be really scary if you've lived in a state of fear or trauma for a long time, because you've probably become it's become very normalized for you. So leaving that state is very uncomfortable, because you're like, this is all I know, this is all I've ever known, I don't know how to not feel this way. It can be scary, but also you could think about it like restarting your video game and creating a whole new avatar. If you had a male avatar before in your game, now you can do like a cat lady or something, like literally be like a cat. Like, I know in Skyrim, I think you can be a cat or something. So now you get to restart over and you can be a cat instead. You can choose a new outfit. You can like new things. You can start new things. You can be a whole new person. So if you're afraid to start over... Jonathan, shut up. If you're afraid to start over, take that and be like, this is my chance that I get to be everything I've wanted to be and more. So... this is a very open-ended question. That's my only piece of advice, is you should, if you've had a very traumatizing experience, you should very much talk to someone about it, because they're going to do a better job of helping you get through it. Because depending on different traumas that you've dealt with, there are different forms of therapy on how you should deal with it. No one type of therapy is like, they're like, this is what you do when you have trauma. Like, each type of different thing you've gone through has different steps of how you go through that in therapy. The specific therapy, Jack, you're stabbing me with your claws. The specific therapy I did was called EMDR therapy. That's not what everyone that has trauma goes through, but that is what my therapist recommended for me, so that's what I did. Anyway, I'll stop rambling now, and I will go check my DMs to hear.
So my suggestion is, when you go through a traumatic experience, no matter what it is, no matter what happened, what occurred, doesn't matter. There are, definitely reach out for professional help. That's a huge thing, because they will be definitely able to help you through that situation. Also, there are support groups out there that you can find and join. Face group, Twitter, they have a whole bunch of support groups out there that you can find. Even, professional ones also that you can go to where it won't just be you there and one other person. It'll be a whole group of people, and you'll be able to share your experience, and they'll be there supporting you. You'll be able to get support back and advice back also. So there's those that you can do. If it's something that you feel comfortable talking to, a friend about or a family member about, do that. I would stay away from things like, I never ever suggest this to anyone. I never do, because it could make things worse. Is alcohol. Stay away from that. If you go through a traumatic experience, stay away from it. It will not help. It won't. I'm sorry, but it doesn't. If you find something that you enjoy doing, like a hobby. Find a hobby that can help you, get through that time as well. But definitely the most important thing is really reaching out, finding, other people in support groups, or going to seek professional help. Also, if you know someone that went through a similar experience and they managed to get through it, talk to them about it and see what kind of advice that they can give you. Like, what helped them get through their experience, and maybe what they did can help you as well. But yeah, definitely reach out for professional help, get support groups, and try to keep as positive as you can, and just take it one step at a time, because it's not easy to get over something like that. It's not easy, no matter what the event is. It's not easy. So it's something you have to take one step at a time. But definitely reach out to others. Don't just stay isolated inside, or keep it all bottled up, or keep it to yourself. That's never something easy that you want to do. So definitely reach out if need be. Yeah, that's my major suggestion right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, Caitlin's right. Some colleges actually do offer free services as well, and they even have support groups also. And it's usually the teachers, or it's even administrative, that are the ones that talk to you about are part of those groups. So definitely, if you're in college, or if you have or if you're at a school, and even if your school has one, luckily, I would say reach out to them. Always reach out to someone, because there's people out there that are willing to help you anytime. So never be afraid. Don't feel like it's the wrong thing to do. Just go for it, but take it one step at a time, one day at a time. Yeah.
Do you have anything you want to add, Lifram?
I think you guys pretty much all said what I want to say.
If you guys didn't see my thing in stream, I forgot to say it earlier. But nice healthcare is just something that I learned about today, actually, from a coworker, and they said they used it for mental health services when their father passed away. So they said it was very helpful, and that the people there were like incredible, had great experience talking to them, and that they were very helpful. I believe for him it was free. However, I think he had healthcare with them, like he had health insurance that worked with them. So, but I know that their services, when I looked into it, are very discounted and more available to people, though it's only available in a few states in the United States. And I know I have some people in chat that are not in the US, but for those that are, it's literally just called Nice Healthcare. So it might be worth checking out. Yeah, buddy. Okay. Yeah, he's just a big dummy. There's nothing going on in his brain. There's nothing in here. Empty. I got a message from Zahir that he asked me if I could look at it real quick. So I'm not going to share all the screenshots on chat. And I haven't fully read through them. But I'll admit, Zahir, this person looks a little bit unhinged. So it says she's an old friend during high school. I believe she has psychiatric issues, where she thinks she's engaged with someone. Okay. So if you're just asking like what you should do in this situation, I would kind of do what you've been doing, and maybe just don't respond, don't play into it, because he sent me like 5 screenshots, and it was all just message after message after message after message from the same person, just continuously sending so many messages. If you're very concerned about them, I would say it's okay to reach out to their family if you know their family, and be like, hey, I'm worried about this person. Or if you're comfortable, you can just straight up tell them, I'm worried about you. Are you okay? They may or may not take it well, depending on how you approach it, which is why I suggest talking to family if they are someone that has issues with reality. If you think they're a danger to themselves, that you could probably get authorities involved if you think they can physically hurt themselves or others. But otherwise, right now, I would say you're taking a pretty good approach of just not engaging with it. I know you guys can't see the messages, but if you have any advice on what to do.
I actually don't. That is something I have never experienced before, and something I've never really experienced from any friends I know, or stuff like that. So I don't want to give any false advice or false hope, because I've never been through that, so I don't really know what to do. So I apologize. I can't be a help on that one. Sorry.
Yeah, this is a very unique situation. I have met people who have gone through psychosis. I didn't meet them while they were going through psychosis, but psychosis is a very difficult thing to deal with. I don't know if that's what this person is dealing with, but it's basically like a disconnection from reality. Um, it can happen at random without any underlying disease, really. It can happen from stress. It can happen from other underlying mental health issues as well. Again, I don't know if that's what this person is dealing with, or if maybe they have schizophrenia, things like that. These are all things that I cannot diagnose. A professional very much needs to diagnose these things. This is something that's very hard and difficult to understand. If they are having actual psychiatric issues. But like I said, if you're worried about them, I would talk to some of their family, or maybe even them directly, and tell them that you're worried about them. Again, if you're comfortable with that. But, yeah. This kind of situation's really fucked up, where it's just a total disconnect from reality. Yeah. Yeah, I would maybe reach out to other people in their life and be like, do you know that this is happening? Because if you're not
contact with their
like, if
family
they're
or
kind
friends
of
theirs,
more of like an acquaintance and you just kind of know them, but you're not super close with them, you can tell someone who is close to them, be like, I think this person might need help. And they probably have a better idea of how to best help them.
Yeah.
She bought it. Oh no. I would maybe tell family. Again, it's up to you. Do you have anything you want to add from? Again, I know you guys didn't see it. I can probably share my screen if you really wanted me to.
Well, yeah, it never happened to me as well, so I don't really know.
I'm gonna do one. Oh, there it is. I'll share my second screen. This is gonna look like a little weird. If you want to look at it, I'll open the message. Let me know when you want me to hit next.
Okay, hit next. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, I'm right on the same speed as Lefram, so
Yeah.
go for it.
I think this is the last one.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the last one. So, yeah.
I just definitely would say go with the whole thing of, if you know a family member of theirs or a friend of theirs that is closer to them, yeah, tell them that, hey, this person needs some sort of help, talk to them about it, or try to get them help or something like that. That's the best thing that I would say to go for.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I say I was reading the next one, or quickly skimming it. We'll move on to the next one, which I have no idea if I can help with this one. I will do my best to console you. This is a rough one. So, I inadvertently became a social media influencer and secured my first brand partnership while in college. My following grew from there, and I eventually dropped out of college in my sophomore year to focus on my influencer career. Through brand partnerships, I earned around $7 per month and was actively trying to increase my followers and earning potential. To do so, I had to invest in travel, buy new things, and other expenses that were not covered by the brands I worked with. I aimed to eventually be sponsored instead of just being paid for individual posts. Therefore, I spent almost everything I made on the next exciting thing to post. Unfortunately, I made a significant mistake that resulted in a breach of contract with all of my brand partners. This means I lost all sources of income, including individual posts and 6-month commitments that guaranteed compensation for posting a certain amount during that period. The problem is that I have no savings, student loan debt of $26,000, and a 4% interest rate, and a credit card debt of $30,000 with a 20 to 25% APR. Some of this debt comes from non-refundable travel expenses of $18,000, including stays at events that were specifically requested by a company. Although I tried to get a refund, I was only offered a travel credit that cannot be converted into cash or transferred to anyone else. I am only 22, and I feel like I have ruined my life and credit. I do not know what my options are. I have considered bankruptcy, but I am unsure if this is the best course of action, and I do not know how to begin the process. So, the first two things I thought of, this is rough. This is a lot of debt. So I'm not going to sugarcoat that. That's a lot of debt. So I can understand your fear and apprehension with life. The first two things I thought of, though, is try to talk to a lawyer and also some people that do taxes. Because, I don't know, I know you said you breached your contracts, but I feel like there might be loopholes here that a tax consultant or a lawyer might be able to help you with to help decrease some of these costs. And I know a lawyer is going to add more costs. I don't know if you have family that would be willing to help you with this, because you said you're 22, so you're still pretty young. I don't know if you have a relationship with your family, if your parents would help you financially, or if they're like, you're on your own, bucko. I have no idea what that situation is like. Yeah, that would be my only piece of advice currently, is talk to a tax professional or lawyer about these contracts and see if there's loopholes anywhere. Financial advisors as well are helpful if you can reach out to them. Yeah. I would say the first thing that you'd probably want to try to pay off, though, is that credit card debt, because that's going to be the highest interest rate. I'll be honest, I would not worry largely about your student loans right now. I am 27. I've paid like $1,000, $2,000 on my $20,000 of student loans, and that was like 4 years ago before the pandemic hit, and I've not paid a dime since, and I have not accrued any interest or anything. Like, I've not had any like late payments. It's kind of all on pause right now still. I don't know if it's like that for you. I would not worry about your student loans too much. I would worry about that credit card debt first. And the travel expense thing sucks. Unless you wanted to try and find a part-time contract job that involves traveling a lot, that you can get paid and then use all that travel credit to travel to the job sites. Because there is one company that I know of that they travel frequently to film commercials and online content for brands. That's all they do. So they travel, they're like flying every other day to go film stuff, and I got paid $200 for like 4 hours of work. So anyway, there's companies that do that. Anyone else want to add anything to this? It's rough.
Just like, where's Goresh when you need him?
Yeah, really. Someone bring Goresh into the chat.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely. For me, I would suggest the same thing. Try to get that credit card debt pay off, because that's something you need to get out of the way. Pay it off as best as you can. A financial advisor, a lawyer, tax professional, someone that is definitely knowledgeable in that entire field would be someone you would want to go to. Because it's like, that's some serious stuff right there. That is a lot too.
That's a lot.
Yeah. So I would definitely talk to someone about that, because there's got to be some sort of way they can help you.
Some relief.
Either reduce that completely, or they can do something to help you pay it off. So
yeah.
Gorsh, where's
Gorsh? Gorsh, wake up.
Gorsh.
We got a question for you. This one's a doozy. You have anything you want to add, Lifrim?
No, I'm not good with numbers and stuff, so yeah.
Oh boy.
Another thing that may or may not help, you may or may not have thought of this, but if you are a social media influencer, you've got a good idea of how social media works and how to work with the algorithm and things like that, how to market yourself and other products. It is not impossible to kind of do your own kind of small business and sell something online through Shopify that's doesn't include a lot of business expenses. You'll see a lot of these people that are like, here's how to make this much money in this amount of months. And it's usually them reselling something super simple on Shopify, like sticker decals on something. Usually that stuff sounds too good to be true. Generally it is, but that's because most people don't know how to market it to actually get people onto their website. So if you know how to market and get people to a website, how to click on a link, how to market something, which if you're a social media influencer, you are good at that. And also just you can find a job in marketing and be like, hey, I know how to do social media influence. Literally, I've been helping RJ find a new job. And if you became a social media project manager, you can get paid like $100,000 a year and work fully remote. It's insane how much project managers get paid. But also, like, you can find a job that still relates to what you did before to help kind of start paying that off too. But I would still talk to some financial advisors or some professionals. There's jobs out there that you can do that are not just influencer marketing. But now you have a lot of experience with social media marketing, which is a very high paying position. I have worked it myself. So that also might be something to look into. Anything else from anyone?
That's all the advice that I could really give.
Yeah, that one's a rough one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next one.
I really don't want to answer this one.
Okay, regarding about skincare, what about maintaining good skin, especially in sensitive areas for males? So I don't know if you're pertaining to just having sensitive skin or if you're talking about sensitive parts of your body. I will say, if you're talking about sensitive parts of your body, a very good tip if you're doing any kind of skincare in your nether regions, we'll say, be sure to exfoliate and be sure to moisturize. I know a lot of you have shaved some part of your body at some part in your life, whether it's your face, your armpits, your legs, your nether regions. When it grows back, it itches like a motherfucker and it gets really red and you can get like ingrown hairs and shit. If you exfoliate a lot and moisturize really well, it helps prevent that. Not always completely. It helps. If you're just talking about having sensitive skin, you want to look into things that don't have dyes, that don't have fragrances. They make specific soaps, facial lotions, things like that will help with skin sensitivity. If you're very sensitive, you might want to see if you have like eczema or something like that. But there's a lot of different brands out there that help with sensitive skin. One of my favorite drugstore brands that I believe I haven't heard like literally any complaints about it from many people ever is CeraVe. I'll put it in chat so you guys can see it typed out. It's a moisturizer. It's great. It's got no harsh dyes, no harsh chemicals, no harsh scents, and it's very moisturizing. It's just all around a really good brand. They also make soaps and stuff too, so that might be a brand that's worth checking out. I've done a couple different brands. Right now I think I have just like a Neutrogena oil-free non-fragrance facial soap. It's orange, so it probably does have a dye in it, but that's what I use to wash my face. There you go. My mom uses CeraVe and loves it. I used to have a giant jar of CeraVe cream. I don't know why I haven't gotten more, because it's like been the best thing I've ever used on my face ever. I think I just like trying different brands a lot. But CeraVe is a really good brand, and it's not that expensive. It's not like Neutrogena or Proactive that are gonna, not even Neutrogena, but like Proactive or even like those custom skincare things that are super expensive. CeraVe is really good. Just as you can, again, they sell cleansers and they sell a lot of different skincare products. I think they sell pimple patches too, where you could like stick them on your skin and it helps suck all the oils out and whatever not. They have a lot of skincare stuff, and it's just a good line in general that's not gonna break the bank. Do you have anything to say, Natur Lifrim?
No. I'm
No.
not a guy, so...
This is true. I'm also not a guy. This is just kind of generic skincare advice that I was giving at that point.
Yeah.
For me, the best thing I could say is, look, I don't know. Look at, I guess, best rated, skincare products for dudes. If not, go to a dermatologist. That's really like, or whatever a skin doctor is. Just
Yeah,
go to either one.
dermatologist.
Yeah.
You can also do a lot of dermatology things online. I think you can use Nurx. That's what I use. And I got, yeah, what the fuck, Plock Rock? Nurx is an online site, and you just upload pictures of your face without makeup on. And I got a medicated prescription for my face. I'm waiting for a refill right now. It's probably why I'm breaking out. And that is not very expensive for me either, because I think my insurance covers part of it. But Nurx, I could put that in chat too. Everyone in chat is dying. But Nurx, that's all it is. It's pretty inexpensive. It's very easy to do. I will say they're not the fastest or the speediest all the time. But they will be able to help you get things that aren't just over the counter, like CeraVe, Neutrogena, drugstore brands. They can get you medicated creams for specific types of acne that you have. And I've had great success with it. Like I said, they're just not always the speediest, but... Anything else?
No, that's about it.
No.
Alright, who wants to read the next one?
Alright. Don't really need any advice, but I don't think I ever got around to sharing this story, so buckle up. It's gonna be a wild one. The first girl I ever dated had been cheating on, good God, had been cheating on me from literally the beginning, and I only found this out because when I was leaving her home at around 2 in the morning, her side piece was driving in for her round 2, shit-faced, and was so out of it he forgot to check it. I left and drove directly into my car, trying to enter the driveway up to her place, and I was leaving. Totaled my Grand Prix, fucked up my leg, and oh my God, I'm not gonna read that next part, but okay.
You can read the last sentence.
Yeah, I'm not reading that last sentence. Oh my God.
Oh, I'll do it. Fuck you, Jackie. I love that it ended on that. That's hilarious. Thank you for that. I know you don't need advice on that. I'm sorry that happened. I appreciate your vent. And I appreciate your last sentence of fuck you, Jackie. That made me laugh. Oh, this next one's a good one for me. All right, let's go. Okay. I need help in how to deal with my endometriosis. I have endo. And the medical advice my doctor is giving me. All right. That one might be iffy. For the past year and a half, I've been experiencing severe endometriosis, but I am pretty confident that I've had this since I was 17. The pain has had a significant impact on my life, causing debilitation and chronic pain, but I don't know anyone else personally that has endometriosis as well. This disease has strained my relationships with my friends and my boyfriend, and its effects have slowly worn me down over time. I don't want to take artificial and unnatural hormones / birth control to treat it. At my last appointment, my OBGYN told me that losing weight would help me balance my own hormones because my excess fat is making too much estrogen. But the only thing I hate more than dieting is exercising. I just really don't know what to do since I don't want to take birth control and I don't want to lose weight either. Alright. What is that? I'm glad you asked, Vex. Education time. Endometriosis is when your endometrial lining, which is the lining that is inside your uterus, grows, for whatever reason, outside your uterus, and it grows on other organs in your body. It can grow on your colon, it can grow on your bladder, it can grow on your intestines, it can grow on your ovaries, etc. It can grow anywhere. Your endometrial lining is designed every month to peel off the inside of your uterus, shed, and leave your body. But when it's outside of your uterus, it still tries to peel and break off, but guess what? It can't go anywhere. It's just stuck inside your body. It's incredibly painful because your other organs are not designed to withstand that. They're not designed to have this sheet, this lining grow on them and then break down. It can cause internal bleeding. It can cause massive scar tissue. It can cause your organs and intestines to basically be cemented together and stuck together with this endometrial lining, depending on the severity of it. It sucks, hurts a lot. I have that, as well as PCOS, and that PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, causes me to also have hormonal issues. If you've heard me talk about it before, I have a hormone imbalance because my ovaries are covered in cysts, so they do not properly produce the hormones they are meant to produce. Now, I see that you said you do not want to take birth control. I feel that. All of college, I hated taking birth control. Very bad at remembering it. Didn't like that it was an unnatural hormone. I didn't want to take pills all the time to treat it. So I get you there. There are other options. However, because the medical field has not learned much about endometriosis until much more recently, they're limited. One, you deal with it. literally, there's not a lot of options for that one. 2, you can have surgeries to help with it. You can have surgeries to help take out the extra scar tissue in your body. You can have a surgery that's called a uterine ablation that you basically scrape out the inside of your uterus. The downside of a uterine ablation is it will make you infertile. So you cannot have children if you have the surgery, and oftentimes they will not give you surgery to remove scar tissue unless you are trying to get pregnant because it just grows back. So unless it's really, 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 really severe, they will remove extra scar tissue. They also do not know for certain if you have endometriosis until you have a surgery because it does not show up on any tests or scans, though you can have a pretty good guess based on symptoms if you do have endometriosis. You may also have PCOS. You can also have uterine fibroids. You can have all 3. Again, there's different tests that you can do for all of these things. Exercise and the estrogen part. So if there is a chance that you have extra weight because of your endometriosis, because it affects your hormones. I gained weight because I have hyperandrogenism, so I had higher male hormones in my body. I had higher testosterone and androgens in my body, which caused me to gain weight. Estrogen can also do the same thing. I am now on, like I said, a birth control that is a dual birth control of progesterone and estrogen. Or progesterone and estrogen. A lot of people really hate being on this because there's a lot of horrible side effects with the birth control I'm on. I take it for 3 months at a time, and then I take 1 week off instead of every month. I take it 3 months straight. Big changes in hormones can cause a lot of different things to happen to you. You can have migraines, you'll break out, you'll be tired, you'll be sick, all these other things. They're all side effects of birth control, which is why people don't like it. There are other options of birth control if you don't want to take a pill, but they are all hormonal, unfortunately, because you can get shots. You can have... I'd be careful with an IUD. An IUD has always scared me because I have a bad endometrial lining. I don't want it to get embedded and fuck up my insides. You can get that, like, that hole in your arm. Whatever. I would talk to an OBGYN. I specifically told mine I didn't want to be on birth control. We tried multiple different things until that was, like, my only option left. It sucks. But now I hate being off it because I get really bad migraines anytime I'm off of it, and I hate my life. That is my advice with that. Unfortunately, again, there's not a lot of options for endo, which really sucks because the healthcare industry has... It's something that they're still actively trying to learn. They don't know what causes it. They don't know how to stop it. There was not a lot of people that looked into it before because fuck women. So it's still in the early stages of being learned about. Nate or Lifram, do you have anything you want to add to that?
I'm not a girl, so I know absolutely... Even though I went to medical school, I know absolutely nothing about this, so...
Yeah, this is a very specific condition.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that, so, yeah, I don't know.
It sucks, fam. Whoever posted this, I'm sorry. There are support groups. I'm in a Facebook support group of people that do, like, different home therapies and stuff like that. There are different stretches and exercises you can do. Also, bye, Emilio. I'm sorry I didn't say bye. Hello, Captain Corvo. Welcome in. There are home remedies you can do, but if it's really severe, usually your only options are surgery or birth control, hormonal therapy of some part. I mean, they even suggested so I actually talked to an endocrinologist. An endocrinologist is someone that studies hormones. So my birth control was prescribed to me by an endocrinologist, not an OBGYN. So it's a little bit different, but that's because I went in for a hormonal imbalance, and I'm on hormones now to balance out my shitty hormones. She suggested to me that I can do HRT, hormonal therapy. So that's not birth control. It's actually a hormone therapy, but that is usually more intense than taking birth control. It's usually like a higher dosage. There's a lot of more things that go with it. So you can do HRT. It's probably more expensive though. It'll have greater side effects as well, because those would be like, I don't think those are synthetic hormones. Those are hormones. Maybe they are synthetic. I don't know. I don't know a lot about HRT. I've never done it, but I know that it was suggested to me as an option if birth control did not work. You went to medical school? That's cool. Yes, Nate did go to medical school. Aren't you currently in medical school?
No, I'm going to. So I went to medical school, graduated, and then I was doing absolutely jack shit with my life. I was put into a neurology department for a while, and that was where my internship was. Then I stopped doing that, and then I was like, okay, what do I want to do? It's like medical field's so negative. I don't want to, be in that for the rest of my life. So I stopped doing that, and now I'm going to school for game design.
That's right.
And I'm finishing that, and I graduate in June. So, yay! Woo! But yes, geez, I did go to medical school. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Since I went off a lot on that last one, Nate, would you like to do the next one? Because I think you'll have a good, some good advice for this based on an earlier question we had.
Any advice on living on your own? What are some responsibilities to keep in mind? What if you don't cook, etc.? Okay, the don't cook thing, I got you, fam. Easy. I can provide many different alternatives to that. That is very simple. Of course, you'll have to do your own grocery shopping, obviously. Now, if you can't do that, if you don't have a car, if you don't have a driver's license, if you can't go do that, and you don't have a family member or friend that are willing to take you to go pick up groceries, some places like Safeway, Albertsons, Kroger's, Walmart, they'll actually deliver groceries to you, which is pretty cool. Now, if you do get groceries, if you do go grocery shopping, but you are in fact too lazy to cook, obviously there's microwave foods, meals that are ready to eat that you can get those, pop them in the microwave and you're good to go. If not, if you really don't want to do that, there's always things like DoorDash, Uber Eats. Yes, it's stupidly expensive, believe me. But, that's one thing. That's one thing you can do. Now, when it comes to bills and stuff like that, a lot of it is auto pay now, which is awesome. And you don't have to worry about, okay, so it's due at the first of this month. I can't forget this. And then guess what? You get the bill late in the mail and it's like, oh shit, I forgot to pay it. It's all auto pay stuff now, which is so nice. So you just have to set that up and you don't have to worry about it. They can send you it either the statement via like email or through the mail itself. That it's so nice and so less stressful once you get that auto pay feature on. Responsibilities to keep in mind is, it really depends on your living style, your lifestyle, like what it's like at the moment. If you have a pet, if you have a dog, obviously, or a cat, or, whatever, a chinchilla, or if you have a gorilla in your backyard or a tiger or whatever, I don't know, some sort of pet. Anyways, if you have one, yeah. Obviously that's a responsibility right there. So you have to take care of that. But if you don't, and it's just you, yourself, and it's just really, it just all depends on what you do. If you're a student, if you're a full-time student, or if you're a part-time student, then just focus on your schoolwork. That's one advice that I could give. If you are not a student and you just work, just go to work and chill. But really, like living on your own, responsibilities, it's pretty much really easy. It's scary at first, it's nerve-wracking at first because if it's your first time doing it and first time starting off doing it, it's very hard to really get into the state right off the bat because it can be nervous because you're so used to living with someone else. And so you're worried like, okay, what if I don't know what to do? What if I don't know how to do this or that? It's like, yeah, you just gotta, give it time, give it a minute, and sure enough, you'll realize that it's a lot easier. Responsibilities, it just comes down to like what you have in your life, there's that. But other than that, bills, that sort of stuff, it's a lot easier. Cooking, one huge thing. Oh my god, because this bit me in the ass so badly. I forgot to. At one point, I actually kind of neglected my garden outside, and weeds got everywhere. It looked like a forest in the backyard. So, maybe once a day, or actually, no, I wouldn't do once a day. That's crazy. Probably once a week, I would just go out in your backyard or front yard, and if you have any weeds, just like try and pick them up, you know, pull them out of the ground, stuff like that. Because the last thing you want is for them to grow like, because they'll grow like wildfire. It's insane. And they're a pain to pull out. Like it took me a month to pull all of them out from the ground because of how tall they were and how deep the roots were. So yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, you know, living on your own, it's nice. It's, you know, some points you may feel a little lonely, but if you have an animal, that'll help definitely. If you have a dog, if you have a cat, if you have a tiger, a bear, whatever kind of animal you have, you know, I'm sure they'll be very supportive of you. I've heard polar bears are great pets. But yeah, that's really the advice that I could give. Cooking wise, you know, DoorDash is there. Yeah, you have all those kinds of things. So yeah, that's my thing. Yeah.
Lifram, would you like to add anything? Because I know you said you want to get going to watch the new Demon Slayer episode. So I'm gonna let you add something before I say anything if you need to go.
Well, you know, you can make lists and on your refrigerator have a note that says, you know, oh, I need to do this today to help you with the responsibilities and like not forgetting stuff. But yeah, besides that, not really, since I'm not living alone at the moment, so I don't know.
That's actually a good idea. I should probably do that.
There, Nate just got advice from Lifram. So for living on your own, I think, yeah, it can be scary at first, but as you get used to it, I think you might find that you will quickly prefer that over having roommates. I lived alone for a few months in between where I used to live before RJ moved in, and I have no issues living with RJ. Obviously, we're getting fucking married. But living alone, holy shit, it was so nice. I was so happy not to have roommates anymore. And that might differ on age. If you're younger, I could see it being scarier. Like a lot of people when they go to college for the first time, it's really scary if they go to college. I mean, when I lived alone, I had already graduated college. So, but as far as responsibilities go, if you live in an apartment, it's pretty simple. It's gonna be vacuum or sweep every now and then, depending on how dirty you are. I have to do it all the fucking time because I have 2 dogs that shed like a motherfucker. But if you don't have any pets, you probably don't have as much to clean. If you do have pets, you probably have to clean a little bit more often. But it's like, you know, vacuum or sweep, do your laundry, cook, do your dishes. For the love of God, do your dishes. There will always be fucking dishes to do, especially if you don't have a dishwasher. It is like whenever me and RJ have an empty sink with nothing in it, it's like a miracle. There's always dishes in the sink no matter what, even if it's just a fucking cup. There will always be dishes to do. So just keeping up on like basic chores. And then if you don't like cooking, I've had a lot of people ask me that because I love to cook and they're like, I don't like cooking. I don't know what to do. What should I do? There's a lot of really easy pre-made things that you can do at a lot of places now. So because I am a white bitch, I love Target. Target has some awesome pre-cooked little baggies that you can get. And so I think we got one that was like chicken enchiladas, and in the bag, again, this is Target. It's white people food. It's white people enchiladas. It had like this package of shredded seasoned chicken that you microwave, some tortillas, and then like lettuce topping vegetable mix with like a dressing. And so it was all in one big bag that you could just purchase that whole bag for a set price. It's the same price as if you purchased everything separately, but it kind of is just, it's almost like a HelloFresh thing. Like it just like has it all there for you and you just buy that bag and that's a meal. But in that is a lot of stuff that I've done if I don't have time to do any kind of cooking. So a lot of places will just have steamed vegetables that you could microwave. You can get, I just had instant mashed potatoes tonight for dinner. You just microwave water, excuse me, and add it to the potatoes. You can get a lot of pre-made like meats. So there's a barbecue one that's really good. It's barbecued pulled pork. You microwave it for a few minutes and then you can put it on a sandwich or eat it with whatever. You can also get Uncle Ben's ready rice that's microwavable. There's a lot of little things that you can do that are microwavable dishes that might not seem like a meal on their own, like just a bag of rice or just a bag of potatoes, but it's great for side dishes. And then even if you live alone, then you'll have leftovers for the whole rest of the week. Another really easy thing to do is you can look up crock pot recipes on Pinterest. A lot of times it's add 2 vegetables, add this broth, add this meat, cover it for 6 hours and go away. It's very easy. So There's some very easy things you could do on Pinterest. I would just look up crockpot recipes because you can look up easy recipes and it's going to be like a 12-step recipe. But crockpot recipes are genuinely very simple if you want a homemade meal and you don't want to DoorDash or it's too expensive to DoorDash. But a lot of those microwave stuff is really pretty decent. We get the steamed vegetables all the time. You could do broccoli. You can do a mixed bag of vegetables. We do the ready rice often. We do the pulled pork often. You can get pulled pork and like the little the Hawaiian rolls. Those are really good.
Yes. Oh, so good.
Yeah. And that's very easy to do. You literally just buy Hawaiian rolls and get a bag or get the box of pulled pork and microwave the pulled pork and done. Dinner's done. And then get like a bag of chips or something. So there's a lot of easy things that you could do if you're not a big cook. But those are usually the two that I tell people is either do crockpot meals or there's a lot of pre-made stuff that you could just microwave. That's really not bad at all.
Yeah. Like I'll do Marie Callender's or Amy's food also.
Hamburger helper.
Oh my god. Hamburger helper is great. Yeah, same with mac and cheese. Like if I'm on a super lazy day, I'll just be like, you know what? I have pasta, I have cheese. I go all out on it, but like they have instant mac and cheese that you can get. I would never suggest Kraft. To me, the Kraft stuff, nothing against the brand. It's just, to me, it's a little cheap tasting completely. It tastes too artificial. You know, if you find it nice, macaroni and cheese, brand, it's like, get some, that it's going to stay in your pantry or cabinet or whatever for a while. And, you'll have that easily to make, and that takes no time whatsoever.
Yeah. We buy like 6 boxes of mac and cheese at a time.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
For just the two of us.
Another thing you can do even is sometimes for dinners you can just make yourself like a plate of appetizers or something, to where it's like carrots, vegetables, other vegetables, stuff like that. Just like handheld stuff, right? That you can just eat and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, another easy thing you can look up on Pinterest is adult lunch boxes. A lot of those are like zero prep, but a lot of times it's just like grapes, nuts, meat, and cheese. It's literally just making an adult lunchbox for yourself. And those are really easy to do if you don't want to cook anything, but have something that's easy to snack on and easy to take with you to work as a meal as well. And they're really quite filling. But yeah, crockpot recipes and adult lunchboxes, they're my jam.
Oh yeah.
Not to interrupt you.
Yeah. No, you're totally fine. You're totally fine. I love talking about food. It's one of my favorite things.
Me too.
Alright, I'm gonna go. But thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us, Lifram.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye-bye. You guys have a good night.
Enjoy Demon Slayer. It's so good.
I hope we play Phasmophobia one time. I will be waiting and expecting that message.
Sounds good.
Good.
Alright, bye.
Bye. All right. Next one?
Yeah. What's the next one? Let's see.
All right. So this one says, how do I get people to use my Z-Zir pronouns? I hope I said that right. I'm very sorry if I didn't. From my understanding, that's how it's pronounced. I wear a pin, but everyone still calls me he, him, and it's so triggering. So if it's the same people that are like repeat offenders, I would have a serious discussion with them and be like, you are hurting my feelings by constantly doing this incorrectly. It also depends, like, are they tripping up and accidentally doing it, or are they doing it all the time because they don't give a fuck? Like, there's a difference between those two. If it's repeat offenders who just don't seem to give a fuck, talk to them about it. But then also, I think it's probably worth it to, I'm a big fan of cutting off people. If someone is not respecting me, doesn't respect what I say or do, is kind of a bitch behind my back, talks behind my back, things like that, I will block them on everything and just cut all ties with them, no questions asked. I will say nothing to them. I will just do it. I know that's not something that everyone has the confidence and capabilities to do. I'm at an age where I don't give a fuck anymore. So if it's someone that is and you're a queen for it, thank you. If it's someone, in my opinion, if they're a repeat offender and they're not doing anything to change, bye. Goodbye. You're not my friend. Go away. You wear a pin. I'll be honest, I don't read a lot of people's name tags. I do every now and then if I really want to know. But like the other day when I was at Target, I looked at the person's pin and their pronouns were she, her, so I was glad that I used the correct ones. but I didn't look at it until I was like, the checkout was done and I was leaving, and I was like, I should have looked at that before I said anything. So I don't read name tag pins a lot, and I'm sure you have like actual pins that say it, but I'm bad at reading them. I would keep correcting people, and I know that sucks. Like, I could never fathom what that's like because I've never had someone misgender or mispronoun me or anything like that. But I can empathize with it. Probably gets really fucking tiring having to remind people constantly to use your correct pronouns. And I'm very sorry that that's happening. But I would, keep standing your ground, keep being confident, say, my pronouns are Z, Zer, please use them correctly. And hopefully the people in your life are like, yes, I'm sorry, I will change that and do that. And again, I know that these are all things that are also easier said than done, but that would be my advice on that. Hello, Vendy, welcome in. Nate,
Hello,
do you
Vendy.
have anything you want to add?
No, because I am not familiar with any of that stuff, so I don't want to give any false advice or anything like that. So, yeah,
That's fair.
I'm not familiar. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not ultra familiar with it either, I would say, because I am a cis woman, so I use she, her pronouns, and I have my whole life. I've never had to ask anyone to call me a different pronoun or use different pronouns for me. But I have a lot of friends that use different pronouns or have changed their pronouns over time. I have friends that are agender, transgender, gender fluid, all sorts of things on the queer spectrum of different genders and different pronouns that they use. I don't even know if queer is the correct term to use. I feel like the queer community in general just encompasses all of that, though. If I'm incorrect, someone please correct me, and I'm sorry if I'm incorrect using the word queer to encompass umbrella, the all LGBTQ plus. But yeah, that would be the only advice I have for that. Again, I don't have much more because, like Nate said, we don't have a lot of experience with that, but that would just be my advice as kind of general advice. Some people don't like the word, but others are fine with it. That's fair. That's true. I apologize if I offended anyone. It was not intentional.
My thing is that I don't know. I just keep to myself. I don't care what other people think. I'm sorry. I don't pay attention to what other people think about me. So it's just like, you just keep on being you. It's not easy, but just keep on being the person that you are and take the high road on things. That's all really I'm gonna say, because otherwise I have no clue.
It's fair.
Anywho, the next one.
It's our very last one.
Yeah, no. I'll explain to you after.
Oh,
after
okay.
stream. Yeah. So do we have any more chat? Anyone? If you have any questions or need advice, feel free to fill out the form, and you will get your questions answered. It's all anonymous, also, so you do not have to worry about anything showing up. And so yeah.
I just did the command in chat if you don't want to put it yourself. If you don't want to like have your name pop up and then we see your submission come in, so you can click that link. I did the advice command, so if you want to click it, fill it out, feel free. We can wait a few minutes. But yeah, what did you have for dinner today, Nate? If you've had dinner yet. Did you have dinner yet?
Mexican food, actually, and it was bomb. I found a new Mexican restaurant, and they also have their own taco truck as well, so I knew right off the bat it was going to be fucking fire, and it was. I had a taco salad, and that was incredible. If you have never had a taco salad, chat, I highly suggest it.
I love making taco salads.
It is amazing. They're so good. And then I had it was called the El Gorado, whatever it is. It's like fat.
El Gordito?
El Gordito, thank you. Yes. And it's basically a regular burrito, but in the middle of it, it has like a small chimichanga inside. Oh my god, it was so obnoxiously good.
So good.
Yeah.
I love
and I
chimichangas.
had a side of chips with God's gift to humanity itself, guacamole, the best dipping sauce of all time, guacamole.
have
Had a
avocados
bunch
right
of
now.
that, and it was nice and spicy too. Um, let's see, with the side of rice also, and yeah, it was just amazing, amazing. So that's what I had for dinner,
Damn, I'm jealous.
and
That
I'm
sounds
so full
heavenly.
still.
I usually
Yeah.
cook a lot, but the last 2 days, like, I haven't. Just taken kind of a break. Twink, hello! Thank you for the
Twink!
raid! Welcome in, Raiders!
Thank you for the raid, Twink. Thank you, thank you.
Hello, Twink, how are you? I'll do the shout out because I don't know if Jonathan
Yeah.
is here.
Jonathan, front and center. There he is. There's the boy.
Yeah, there we go. There, I did it too. You're playing Honkai Star Rail. How was it? I've debated starting it. I thought about it this weekend, but I had a lot of other stuff that I had to do this weekend and ended up not streaming. But it looks like fun from what I've seen, truly. So I might have to add a second gacha to my life. But the thing is, if I start this now, since it's a newer game, I won't be like fucking 4 years behind like I was with Genshin. I'm so far behind on the story. I don't even care anymore.
Genshin is so pay to win. Actually, Twink, now that you've been playing it for a while and it's been out
Stream
for a
just
while, let me
started.
ask you this. Honkai, is it pay to win as Genshin is? Because Genshin was pretty heavily pay to win.
Yeah, it is.
And very grindy. So is Honkai the same way? Because like that's what's like deciding my fate of whether I touch that game or not. Because dude, I already played Dokkan, I already play Azur Lane, I've put time into Genshin. It's like if it's gonna be another pay to win one, it's like nah, I can't. So,
I've been told it's turn-based. I don't know if that makes any difference for you. Nate, don't fall into the gotcha trap.
no, turn-based doesn't matter
mean-
because I really liked like Final Fantasy Tactics, Digimon Cyber Sleuth, and like turn-based games are fun. Dude, I'm a huge Pokemon fan. I love turn-based games. I suck at chess though. That's the only thing. But other than that, like yeah, it's it just comes down to if it's pay to win or if it's free to play.
Mm-hmm.
So
I've
just
never
comes down
paid
to
for
that.
anything on Genshin, but like, I'm sure my life would be easier in Genshin if I did. Right now, it's not too bad. Can get enough currency to trade in special tickets. Need to summon on premium banner, but what to happen in the future is kind of iffy. Oh, okay.
Okay, so what you're saying is stay away from it. It's pay to win. Got you. Awesome. Thank you, Blake. Appreciate it.
Otherwise, you can just creep on the Tystra Daisetsu, because he's definitely been streaming it.
Yes, the boy Tystra.
You could definitely, he will probably become a Honkai Star Rail master very quickly.
He will.
So-
He's gotten to be a master at Genshin. you
Yeah,
know,
he's
it's
already
like-
a Genshin master.
Yeah.
He'll be
yeah,
a
so it's
Honkai
like,
Star Rail
no
master
doubt.
too.
Yep.
So
If not, Twink will take the crown on that one.
yeah, Twink, you'll have to take the lead on that. We need you to become the master and tell us all things
Yes.
Honkai.
Yes, do it.
Pretty much, but I am liking this game so much more. Perfect. It's good to know.
Good, good.
All right, we got one more last one in. Should we do one more to end the evening on here?
Yeah, should I quit my job to try to be a content creator? No. I'm going to say, and what I mean by that is I'm not saying don't be a content creator. I'm not saying that. Please don't take it that way. I am meaning do not quit your job. Content creation, unless you somehow are blessed by RNGesus or, you know, somehow you get lucky as hell, it is not easy. It's not something that occurs overnight. You know, it's not something that, you know, if you're going to be a VTuber, you won't instantly get picked up by VShojo, Hololive, or, you know, any of them. It takes time. I mean, I've been doing it for, dang, how many years now? 8, 9 years now, overall. And it takes a lot of work. I mean, if you're doing YouTube, you have to consistently, and I'm not meaning once a
Yes.
month, twice a month. I mean, either
Daily.
3 times on the week or daily.
Mm-hmm.
Daily at best, of consistent videos continuously. And it all has to be under the same genre style deal. If you're doing gaming, you have to find it either a game that you are specifically focusing around, or if you're going to be doing something else, like if you're going to be doing IRL stuff, pick a theme. Are you doing ASMR? Are you doing tutorials? Tutorials are huge also. If you're doing Lego stuff, by the way, if you are, you know, give me your channel. I want to see your videos if you do Lego stuff. builds, like custom builds. If you're doing reviews of technology or stuff like that, reviews are awesome to watch and are really, really good to go for as well. But you got to find a theme for your channel. If you're just going to do random shit, like one week it's going to be gaming, next week it's going to be reviews, and then the week after it's going to be tutorials, the algorithm is not going to do anything for your channel. It's not going to do anything. The algorithm is this
It's a monster.
dingy, annoying little AI system that decides who gets where and what. That's basically what it is, and you have to be super madly consistent. When it comes to things like Twitter, Discord, Instagram, whatever social media, even Snapchat if you want to.
Yep.
You have to be consistent with your viewers and really participate and talk to them and stuff like that. Interact with them, grow your community also. But it all takes time. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to be something that, it's like you're going to grow millions of followers instantly. It takes a lot of time, a lot of patience. So I would not quit your job. I would not, reduce your hours at your job. I would just do it for fun for now and then continue on, see where it goes. And who knows, maybe, you do take off, and I hope you do. I hope whatever kind of content you do, whatever channel you do, I hope it takes off and everything's awesome for you. If you're an artist, Twitter, Instagram, those are the two you would really want to focus on. Do tutorials 100%. On YouTube on you drawing, either tutorials or not speedruns, what is it? Time lapse.
Yep.
Videos on YouTube.
I love
Post
those.
your art on Twitter, post your art on Instagram. Those two social media platforms are going to get you skyrocketed out there and get you very, very popular very quickly. If it's gaming, TikTok, YouTube, those are the two you want to go for, and Twitch as well.
Yep.
Instagram Shorts also. When it comes to just being a Twitch streamer, if that's all you want to do, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, those three. Actually, you know what? I'd say TikTok as well. Include that in there. TikTok is a huge one in general. Because that one has an insanely good, I'd say an insanely helpful algorithm, actually. It gets your videos out there like crazy, like you would not believe. I did one TikTok for Phasmophobia, and it got out there like crazy, and I didn't expect it to. I thought it was going to get 1 or 2 views, and it was just going to be me, but no, it went bonkers. So, don't quit your job, keep it. Just do it on your free time for fun, but try to be as consistent as possible. My suggestion is, for you, when you get off work and you come home, take an hour break, go record a video, upload it, and then do whatever you have to do after that. That's my suggestion.
On par with what my days are like, so.
Yeah. It's just, I would not quit your job unless you have like $1 billion sitting in your bank account. If you do, then you know what, go for it.
Then fuck it, fall.
But I would not quit because content creation, it takes a good computer, it takes a good microphone, it takes good quality editing software also. There's free alternatives out there, but good ones like Photoshop, Premiere, After Effects, Adobe products, for example, that does cost stuff and costs a decent amount of money. So I would not quit your job.
It's about $60 a month for the whole Creative Cloud suite.
It's it's crazy.
It's expensive.
But it's worth it in the end. It's worth it in the end. When you see how many new friends you make, how many amazing people you meet over the internet, it's so worth it. It's so worth it. I've met people from all over the world, met them in person. Kali and I have met in person, and same with Tystra as well. Met at TwitchCon. It was awesome. It was
meeting
awesome
your
meeting
online friends in person for the first time is such a euphoric experience.
Yes,
it's so great.
It's crazy. Yeah,
especially since I didn't know what you looked like, and I'm not gonna reveal what you look like, but I was just like, I don't know what Nate looks like. I've never seen him before. It's so wild though. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. Every time I leave a big event like a con or something, and I go to it with all of my creative friends that are online friends, I always just cry for like 4 days when I get home. Because I'm like, take me back. I don't even care what we do. I just want to go be with those people again in person.
And it's fun. It's fun because all of us have something in common. You know, we all have common interests like anime,
We're all a
gaming,
bunch of nerds.
streaming. Nerds, yeah. But yeah, it's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, and you know, it's totally different. Back in the the 90s, early 2000s, parents were always like, "You never talk to strangers online." Well, it's like, guess what? Now we have Twitch, Discord. Like,
All of my friends are online.
yeah, yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, all mine are. It's like,
Yep.
so, yeah, content creation is a lot of fun. It's a
Yep.
lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun.
You
It's
meet
very worth it.
amazing people. Yeah, also. Yep.
To go off of this, should I quit my job to be a content creator? I'm gonna be with Nate also and say, no, do not quit your job just to do content. Again, unless you have like $1 billion in your bank account, then fuck it, we ball. Go do it.
Yeah.
But my story with content creation is quite different. I don't ever want people to confuse it with I quit my job to be a full-time content creator. I was fired from my job, and my only option at the time was to start doing content creation full-time. Did I make bank? No. Full disclosure, last year, and again, I try to be very real with my people. I've talked about different health issues, different backgrounds I've had. My taxes last year, I made $18,000 last year. I didn't make shit for money, and most of that was unemployment. I would say about, I think I made like $2,000, maybe $3,000 from content creation. And that is in like everything I do. That is Twitch. I don't make money from YouTube. That is any art I sold. That is any online sales I had. That is any sponsorships I had. My HelloFresh sponsorship was probably also the bulk of that. My first HelloFresh sponsorship, I got a decent amount of money from it. But that was the bulk of the money I made from content creation. So with a year of me working as a full-time content creator, and I mean editing videos for like 6 to 8 hours a day and then streaming for 2 hours every day, I went balls to the walls best I could, making shorts, making full videos, doing all these things, all for the first time ever, learning how to edit in Premiere. I had never edited in Premiere before like January of last year. Like, I'd never edited a video once in my life. I did everything full time, and I maybe made $2,000 or $3,000 full time. So, and that was starting from a pretty small place. So this can also depend on where you're at in your creator career. But I'm going to guess you're gonna be a smaller streamer. Not because I'm not guessing anything from the way you worded it or anything, but just in general, most streamers are small streamers. Only a very small percent become like the big time Ludwig, Moist Critical, all that good stuff.
Goats, the kings.
Yeah,
themselves.
the kings of streaming.
Yes.
So that's the only reason my assumption is that you are a smaller streamer. Is just really like 99% of people are. But yeah, don't quit your job, because that was very rough for me. I literally have gray hairs. So I dye my hair a lot. You can't see them, but I am being genuine. I got gray hair last year because I was stressed financially 100% of the time. I did not have money. And I had bought a house like the year before. So like I had bills to pay. It was very stressful. So don't quit your job. Now, because of my content creation, because I balled hard for a year, people are hiring me because of that. So I'm currently in the process of working on 2, possibly a 3rd contract for graphic design and content creation for different people. And I am now an independent contractor, basically running my own small business where people pay me to do stuff for them that is video editing and graphic design. I was a graphic designer, however, before I did any kind of Twitch streaming or content creation. Before I streamed ever for the first time, I was a graphic designer. So I had a background in graphics already. But like I said, I got fired from my job, and I was a graphic designer and social media manager. So I already had a good idea of like how to market on social media as well. So there's like being a content creator is being an editor, being a project manager, being a marketer on social media, and being entertaining. Like, it's like 7 to 50 jobs in one, and it's very hard. And I'm still not monetized on YouTube. My YouTube has grown dramatically, being that I did it like full time for a year. It's still not monetized at all. It's not close. So anyway, do not quit. Yeah, I hope it's this year. I really fucking hope it's this year. I just need like a few more videos to get a couple thousand views, and then I'll be monetized. YouTube is not a joke. YouTube is
No,
where you will
it is.
YouTube is where you will make the money. You will not make as much money off Twitch. Streamers make money off of ad revenue. So that's ads they have on YouTube if they're a YouTuber, and that's sponsorships they get from different companies to like talk about their stuff. That is where you get your money when you're a content creator. You do not get it from the content that you create. You get it from ad revenue and sponsorships and partnerships. So, I had your playlist going when I had my pottery class. Thank you. That helps me so much get watch hours. That means a lot. But yeah, no, you hit that YouTube algorithm, which it comes from the things that Nate said. Doing daily uploads is best. It's very hard to do. I've been doing daily shorts uploads for about a year now. Made a huge difference. So I do recommend doing daily shorts uploads. Any social media website. I just made a Facebook page for The Anime Athlete. So if you're on Facebook, go follow The Anime Athlete. But I've been doing reels, and my reel yesterday got 4,500 views, and there's 30 people that like the page. So the reach that you get from short form videos is just insane compared to anything else. That goes for shorts, that goes for TikToks, that goes for Facebook and Instagram reels. Do it, post them up. It's worth it.
Yep.
If anyone ever has any questions about social media or anything of that sort, content creation, obviously I'm still a small streamer, but I like helping people with these things. So if you have questions on algorithm, on social media, all that stuff, feel free to send me a message on any platform I'm on. My Discord friend request is private, but you can also just message me in my server, or you can message me on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook, because I have the Anime Athlete on Facebook. But I know I personally am always happy to help people.
So Cheese, sorry not to interrupt, but
Oh,
just
I'm done.
answer this question. Cheese, so YouTube doesn't have it has a specific number to get monetized, required to become monetized on YouTube. It has a specific number, but you are not paid via the amount of subscribers you have. You are paid via the ad revenue, which is totally different. And it's also the watch time as a factor in that as well, somewhere in it. So subscribers, it's just to a point to where it's like you're
established.
Need them to require to establish yourself as monetization. Otherwise, yeah, subscribers, it's just basically showing how many people you follow your channel. It's like on Twitch, right? You know, it
like
shows how many followers you have, right? Yeah. So it's like that. Now there are also like kind of like there's sub things that you can do for channels on YouTube. Also, they have that. But really, to become monetized on there, it's like 4,000 hours of watch time.
Yep.
And it is also, I think it's like 1,000 subscribers too. Yep. I don't know if they added it up or increased it or something.
It's 1,000. Okay. You have to have 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours. However, the new addition they added to that is 4,000 watch hours within a year. So before it was just total all time. Now it's 4,000 watch hours within 365 days. So, which sucks balls. So if you have a video that did really well a year ago, but none of your other videos are popping off, you will not get monetized hours from that video. If you're not already in the YouTube partner program. If you're already in the partner program, you're fine. But if you're trying to get monetized, you will lose those watch hours from that video. So, example, if that doesn't make sense. My most popular video for a long time was my fucking Dokkan tier list video, which was just a meme. So it was my most popular video, which means I had a lot of watch hours for it. Let's say I had 100 watch hours from it. I don't know how many I actually had. I can check the analytics, but just to make numbers easy, let's say I got 100 watch hours from it. I believe July is when I did that video. So come July, I will lose 100 watch hours on my overall journey to getting 4,000 in a year. I'm currently sitting at 1,400, so I'm not even halfway. And I've had a couple of videos now hit 1,000 views. So to kind of put that into perspective, I've had videos hit 1,000, even 2,000 views. I'm still not even at halfway of the watch hours I need. So you need a lot of views on YouTube to get the watch hours, and that can also depend on the length of your video.
Yep.
There's a lot of things that go with that, but you need a lot to get monetized on YouTube.
what I suggest is do some streams on YouTube. Those are count towards the watch
I need to do
hours and
that.
that sort of stuff. Also, I suggest keeping your videos around 10 minutes
Or less.
or less. Well, you don't want it too less, but
Yeah, you don't want it too less.
yeah,
But 10 minutes is kind of a sweet spot for watch
10
hours.
minutes. Intros. One of the biggest things that I've seen small content creators make, one of the biggest mistakes I've seen them make is having crazy long intros in their videos that are like a minute long. I can't tell you how many videos I've come across where they're like a minute long, and I'm just like, okay, skip. Like, come on. It's you want to keep your intro in your video to a maximum of 8 seconds long.
Yeah, literally.
No longer than that. Because otherwise the person will click off the video if it's an intro, because they're there for the video, not a movie. Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
The average viewer on YouTube will stop watching a video after 2 minutes. Like, it goes down dramatically after 2 minutes.
Yep.
So your first 2 minutes, you gotta get them right away. Like, immediately. Have, like Nate said, like a short intro and get right into it.
Get them hooked.
Thank you to follow.
Yeah.
Cheese me, please.
Yep. Yeah, YouTube's fun. It's fun. I've been doing that for 8 years now. That was... ooh. Has it been 8 years? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5...
I've been streaming for...
About 7 years, yeah.
I've been streaming for about 2... I'd say it's probably actually 3, but when I first started streaming, I took like a 7-month break. And then I started streaming again more seriously. So like it's been 3, but really it's more like 2. Because I didn't really do anything for like half a year. I also, at the end of every year, I'm looking up at my goal sheet right now. At the end of every year around New Year's Eve, I'll do a goal sheet where I go over like how to like set goals for the next year, you know, New Year's resolutions and stuff like that. I'll also review my goals from the year before, what I was successful on, what I failed on. So feel free to tune into that stream when it comes to be the end of the year, but there are also YouTube videos of it if you want to watch one of my old ones. So yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, if anyone has specific questions on that stuff, feel free to message me. I don't want to vouch that for Nate if he doesn't want random messages, but I'm open to
definitely
them.
hit me up.
There you go.
Hit me up. Either messages, or you can come to my channel also and ask me during my streams, you know, any questions.
Same.
I am more happy to answer them. You know, Anime Athlete, she has a Discord. I have a Discord. You know, either one, you can join. They're open to whoever. And if you have questions, you can ask them there too. You know, so yeah, happy to help. Definitely. Any advice? Yep.
Thank you, Jonathan.
They're playing Phasmophobia. Yes, I'm playing Phasmophobia right now. Caught in 4K. Damn.
Caught in 4K. But yeah, if that is all for tonight. Also, you guys can definitely ask me questions while I'm streaming, because I just play Stardew, and I pretty much just talk to chat and hang out while I'm streaming. So I'm more than happy to read longer messages and talk about in-depth stuff while I'm playing Stardew, because usually I'm just kind of brain dead soup mode. But anyway, on that note, I am going to find someone to raid.
Alrighty.
Thank you, Nate, for joining. I know Lifrim's gone, but thank you also, Lifrim, for joining. It was lovely having you guys here. I will do this again in a month. If you want to join, it's always the first Monday of the month.
Yeah, it's fun. I have fun doing this. Yeah.
Okay. Who should we do? Iron is live with 60 people watching. Good job, Iron. And he is doing Breakers. So I know you guys are all, I shouldn't say all. A lot of you are fans of Dragon Ball, and a lot of you came here from 5.9 originally. So we're gonna raid Iron, who is doing Dragon Ball Breakers. But thank you everyone for being here. Thank you, Twink, for the raid. Thank you to all the new follows and the subs tonight. There's quite a few subs tonight, so thank you guys.
Yes. Cool.
We will be raiding into Iron. Be sure to use some emotes, raid, spam raid, in chat, all that good stuff. Thank you all so much for being here. Have a good rest of your night, everyone.
Well, that went good.